Good evening, wonderful people, great Biafrans, wherever you are on the face of this very planet. Once again, we bring you a live presentation of Radio Biafra transmission to the entirety of humanity on this very day, the 13th day of May, Wednesday, in the year of our Most High Elohim 2020, with the time now standing at precisely 5 minutes past 7 p.m. in the evening in the blessed land of Biafra, and by the same number of minutes past the top of the hour, regardless of where you are domiciled, regardless of where you reside, regardless of where you call your home, place of work or abode, we are coming to you live, direct, and hopefully uninterrupted this very evening to propagate the gospel of the kingdom of heaven, to preach uncompromisingly and unequivocally the truth that we have been given to preach to the sons of men on the face of this very planet, because we receive instructions from heaven, and that very instruction we must communicate to those who are willing to hear, to those who have been chosen, to those that have an appreciation of the truth, to those who do not and can never be afraid to say that which is right before Elohim in heaven and man on this very earth. We have come that the blind may see. We have come that the idiotic may be able to reason. We have come that light may come where hitherto there was darkness. We have come that freedom may prevail. We have come that those shackled under the iniquitous bondage of the damnable zoological republic may be set free. We have come that men may be men once again. We have come that Elohim may be pleased with us, because his will must be done upon the face of this very earth. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to some of you, regardless of where you are this very day. And I must also say that as I welcome you, I will also encourage you to welcome all those who are around you, lovers of truth, those who are not afraid to call a spade a spade. If you are somebody who is in love with lies, this is not the platform for you. If you have come that you may participate in the ongoing loot and burn in the zoo, this is not the platform for you. But if you have come that Elohim may be praised, that Chukwokika may be adored, and his will done on the face of this very planet, then this is the right place for you. We will pray this evening because we have a lot to get through, and I will endeavor to squeeze it within 2 hours if that is possible. But if we do extend, then do try and bear with me, because we are also going to do all we can to make this very session this evening as interactive as possible. I will give you a WhatsApp number later on through which you will be able to text in your questions. You will be able to text in your questions, and all the questions we receive we will be able to answer this very evening as we proceed, because we have nothing to hide. We remain a very peaceful movement despite all the provocations from the Janjaweed, Alamajiri, Fulani terrorists and headsmen who are now encamped in the blessed land of Biafra. We are live and direct. You can also receive us via Radio Biafra app. We are on TuneIn, we are on Country Radio, we are on Simple Radio. We are also transmitting live and direct via the multitude of relay stations we have in Biafra land on CHK 102.1, 102.2, 101.1, depending on where you are. If you have forgotten your pen and paper, I will very strongly recommend that you go and get one this evening, because we are preaching this very gospel that you may learn. This is unarguably the finest university on the face of this very earth. The very finest. You listen to our gospel, your life can never be the same. You come here, you will begin to develop a deep appreciation of the truth and of excellence. That is why this gospel must be preached, and that is why Elohim will bless and guide us, and that is why men on this very earth will bear us witness. We have come that Biafra may be restored in our time. We have come that the truth may be spoken. My name, as ever, is M.N.K'S, the God of lightning and that of thunder. And I want to make Gambari to understand what my surname means and what it portends for anybody who stands in the way of Biafra restoration. Kanu is only a short for Kamanozozo. Go and ask what it represents. It is the God of thunder and that of lightning. And that is why anything that stands in the way of this divine restoration will be decimated. If you stand before us, you will be vaporized. If you rise against this heavenly ordained mission to set men and women free, you will die where you are. That is an assurance, and that is what we are going to do. In case you are mistaken, in case you're wondering what my surname means, it means in full, Kamanuozuzu. Go and find the meaning of it. Those that went before you fell, and so will you fall, unless you step out of the way and allow the will of Elohim to prevail in the lives of men. We must pray, as it is our duty, our custom, and our tradition to do on this very platform. We must hand over all our proceedings to Elohim. And as always, we shall pray in the language of heaven. In Roman Catholicism, they pray in Latin. In Judaism, in Israel, the language is Hebrew. And of course, if you are Anglicized, I would say, or Protestantism, I believe that the language of prayer is English language. In the land of Biafra, in the land of the ancients, the very center of this very earth, we will speak, we will preach, we will honor heaven with the language that the angels are speaking right now before the throne of grace. We must pray. Onye nwanyị na Chineke nna nke dị ngọzi ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi. Onye ịhụnanya ya na ebere ya asachiri ihe niile nke onye onwe ya kere eke. Chineke nna nke usu niile nke ndị agha, onye na-echebe ndị ya. Chineke nna nke Israel, Chineke nna nke ụmụ Biafra, Chineke nna nke ndị niile bụ ndị ezi omume. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị ka iwe nye anyị amara gị, na ọmịiko gị, ịhụnanya gị, ngozi gị na ebere gị nke na-adịghị agwụ agwụ, ka iwe mere anyị ebere, wee sachaa anyị, wee gbaghara anyị mmehie, si n'aka ajọ ihe wee wezụga ndị gị, wee ju anyị n'ụzọ niile nke ezi omume gị, n'ihi na ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye anyị na-efe, wee na-akpụ isi ala nye. Ndị Igbo na-etughị aha eze ebube dị ngọzi, ha na-akpọ ọkaka nna nke ebere, n'ihi na ọ bụ naanị gị bụ chi kasị chi niile elu. Ọ bụ naanị gị bụ eze ndị eze. O nweghị aha ọzọ nke anyị na-erubere isi ewezuga nke naanị gị nna nke ebere dị ngọzi. Chineke nna, onye dị nsọ ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi, biko mere anyị ebere. Bịa ka iwe leta ụmụ gị, bịa ka iwe nye anyị nri, n'ihi na ọkụ adịzighị site na nrịa nrịa. Onye nwe m na Chineke nna nke igwe, ka isi elekọta n'ufe nke igwe, sikwa etu a bịa ka iwe elekọta ndị gị. Onye nwe m, biko nume ngwa ngwa, ezi Chineke dị nna dị ngọzi, onye kere ihe niile kere eke, mana omeghị onye kere ya, onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-achị. Anyị na-arịọ gị ka iwe bịa ọsọ ọsọ wee zọpụta Biafra, ka iwe bịa nyere IPOB aka, ka Kiwe bia durani sitani hojo we banyane zo mege na nke brede ngozi. Kiwe si no chichiri bo obodo kwensu buzu na jira we kwezugo moge. Ka anyị wee banye n'ihe gị bụ Biafra ezi nna dị ngọzi ma lekwa ka ha ara onye gwa m na Chineke nna ka ha ara bụ ndị na-achụgharị mkpụrụ obi anyị na nke ebere ka ha ara bụ ndị chọrọ ibuso anyị agha na onweghị ihe anyị mere ha ka ihere na ọgba aghara bụrụ nke ndị dị etu a onye nwe m na Chineke nna nke igwe bịa ka iwe chigha ha azụ ka ọgba aghara wee bụrụ oke n'ọlụ ha bụ ndị niile chọrọ mmekpa ahụ anyị bịa ka iwe chụghachi ha azụ ha niile ezi ebube dị ngọzi ka ha ara nna nke ebere bụ ndị na-achị anya ọchị ka ihere ha wee bụrụ ụgwọ ọlụ nke onwe ha ma lekwa anyị onwe anyị bụ ụmụ IPOB ndị nsọ ụmụ Chineke nna n'ụwa niile n'ihi na ọ bụ aha eluigwe tụrụ anyị na anyị bụ ụmụ Chineke ụmụ ihe gị nna nke ebere dị ngọzi anyị wee na-arịọ gị mkpụrụ ala nsọ Biafra wee nyefee gị n'aka ka i wee zọpụta anyị na ndị ọjọọ karịrị akarị ụmụ sabo karịrị akarị ndị na-aka azụ karịrị akarị Chineke nna nke igwe bikonu na ịbụ Chineke nna nke ndị ezi omume bịa ka ihere wee mee ndị dị etu a anyị onwe anyị bụ ndị nwe obi ụtọ na obi aṅụrị n'ime gị ọ bụ ya mere mgbe niile anyị na-asị nna nke ebere dị ngọzi na anyị ga-ebuli aha nsọ gị elu anyị ga-akpụ isi ala nye gị anyị ga-aja gị mma Chineke nna anyị ga-arụrụ gị ụlọ ukwu gị na-arụ Chukwu eze ebube dị ngọzi ka ndị Igbo si wee mee anyị ga-aga arụ Chukwu wee kpụ isi ala nye gị na ọ bụ naanị gị bụ Chineke nna nke bi n'igwe ma lekwara na anyị bụ ụmụ ogbenye onye bụ na Chineke nna onye ebere bikonu bịa ọsọ ọsọ ka iwe zọpụta anyị n'aka ndị ọjọọ ụmụ ekwensu ụmụ ọchịchịrị ụmụ janjawid juru ebe n'ime wee jide ụmụ mmadụ wee na-ala ha n'iyi n'ihi na ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye enyemaka ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye nzọpụta ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye nwe anyị ọ bụ naanị gị bụ Chineke nna nke igwe nke usu niile nke ndị agha biko atụfukwala mgbe etufukwala oge biko nụ bịa ka iwe zọpụta anyị bịa ka iwe nye anyị Biafra tata echi ịghasa ekwe na asọrọ ọkọ dawekwana nna nke ebere dị ngọzi iri ụkwara ọrụ ikwere m nkwa na ịga arụ ọrụ ikwere ụmụ nkwa na ịga arụ iru nwekwana ya iji dewe obodo kwensu bụ zu ma tirie ya asọrọ ọka adawo onye nwe m na Chineke nna n'abalị anyị ga-ewepụ ihe ọ bụla ji eze ebube dị ngọzi biko nụ nye anyị ịhụnanya gị na ebere gị ka mara gị na ọmịiko gị wee du anyị mgbe niile ka ụtọ na nsọpụrụ wee dịrị gị onye kere eluigwe maka elu ụwa Elohim Adonai El Shaddai ugbu a mara mgbe niile ebi ka anyị na-arịọ gị ise mma mma dịrị gị Chineke mma mma dịrị gị Chineke mma mma dịrị gị Chineke having called upon heaven n'ihi anya efewe onye kere eluigwe maka elu ụwa Chineke nna nke ndị Igbo the same God of Abraham, of Isaac, and of Jacob, the one that changeth not. You do not change. You remain the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. You are Elohim. Man will come to this earth and die, but you remain forever. Your words remain forever. And we must worship thee and praise thee unto your worship and your holiness for eternity. Biafra will be another Israel in Africa as you intended it to be. For through Biafra, light will come into the darkness called Africa. We must preach this gospel this evening, the very gospel of heaven, that Elohim may have mercy upon us. This evening, we shall be interactive, as I intimated earlier on. As we proceed toward the end of the program, I will issue a number, and through that very number on WhatsApp, you will be able to text in your questions. I will be able to answer them, but you will also remember to give us your name and where you're listening from, and then you type your question. If your question doesn't have a name or location where you are domiciled, I will not be able to read that very question and address it appropriately. There are influx of Janjaweed soldiers into our land, disguised as deportees, as Alemajiri deportees. We have no Alemajiri in the northern part of the Zoological Republic. Absolutely none. We go to the north to develop it. We go to the west to develop it. Every part of the zoo that is developed, there are Biafrans in it. We are not Alemajiri. When they concocted the rubbish that they were deporting Alemajiri, they were sending, of course, a very false message. They were trying to propagate falsehood in order to imply that there could be some Biafrans who are Alemajiri in the north. That is not the case. That very time has come that I warned you many years ago. I told you in Los Angeles in 2015 that a day will come when these hordes of darkness, when this very army of iniquity will march into our land. They will rape our mothers, they will abduct our daughters, and we will be hopeless. That time has come. They have come into our land. They are raping, they are kidnapping, they are pillaging, they are desecrating our ancient places. Our forests are no longer safe. Nobody can farm safely anymore. Our mothers are fair game. Our daughters live in trepidation. The land of Biafra is overrun. The land of the ancient has been overcome by this relentless army of darkness. They have come from the north. They are Janjaweed, they are Alemajiri, and they are Fulani. As I warned you the world many years ago, I warned you, I told World Igbo Congress, I admonished them and I told them the truth. And I said, if you do not give us what we require, they will overrun our land. I kept crying, I kept lamenting, I kept telling them, they called us all sorts of names. They said we are crazy, we don't know what we are talking about. Today what we have is a manifestation of that very prophecy, for they have come and they are in our land. They have come that they may kill as many as possible. That time that I dreaded is upon us. The Janjaweed have come. They have come to kill. We are surrounded by enemies on every side. Even the operators of social media, they are against us. Even those countries we thought are civilized, for some inexplicable reason, or should I say, for the same reasons that the Jews of Europe were despised, that is the same hatred that is being directed towards us. We have not conquered anybody's land. We have not stolen from anyone. We have not looted the treasury. We have not done anything but be obedient, hardworking, ingenious, and law-abiding people wherever we go around the world. But it hasn't stopped the enemies from coming, and now they have come to take our land. The influx of Fulani soldiers, disguised as deportees from Alemajiri North. This deportation has become an abused word. How can you deport somebody from the Janjaweed Alemajiri North, impoverished arid lands of the Sahel? Children who are born victims of unrestricted and unmitigated pedophilia. These are children born on the streets to wayward mothers and non-existent fathers. They are the ones that the Arewa use to rig election after election. They are the ones that make up the humongous population of Kanu. They are the ones that stream in from Niger. They come in from Chad. They come in from the Cameroons. Unrestricted access to the northern reaches of the damnable Zoological Republic. Today they have become a menace. Today they are the carriers of a pestilence. Today they represent the backward mentality of the Arewako North. Today they have become abused. Today they are being deported to Biafra land. And we are not going to have it. We will not have it. There are no Biafran deportees anywhere in the north. Absolutely none. None whatsoever. what they have done, what they have continued to do, is to try to muddy the waters, to use adjectives and words to describe circumstances and situations in order to make people swallow what is in essence unswallowable. The child abuse in the dusty, dirty streets of Katsina. These are children who have been there, born on the streets. Today they are being deported to Yenagoa in the far south. Today they are being dispersed across the entire south. The same age-old Fulani tricks, which idiotic leaders in the south cannot see because they are daft. Most of them that claim that they are educated from the south, believe you me, they are very, very daft, I tell you. Very, very daft indeed. Those of us who are over 50 years old, but don't expect any reverence and respect when your skull is empty. If you don't have anything to offer, you shouldn't be a leader. If you don't have a vision, you shouldn't be leading people. If you don't have what it takes to defend and to protect your people in times of crisis, there is no need calling anybody an elder. Therefore, this evening I proclaim that insofar as the situation is as dire as it is in the south, we have no leaders, we have no elders, and we have no politicians. All they do is to issue empty and flimsy press statements. That is all that they do. That is all that they can do. Because they have forgotten. Because we like to forget that what is happening now with all this Alamajiri being shipped to the south, this Fulani army, what is happening now, what is happening today, was foretold over a century ago. It was foretold. But because we don't learn history, because we know nothing about where we are coming from, that is why we don't know where we are going to. That is why people do not learn from history. Because if they learned anything from history, or if they at least tried to acquaint themselves with historical facts, they would have known that history has a very funny way of repeating itself. A very funny way of repeating itself. Because Ahmadu Bello said in 1960, the nation called Nigeria, listen, the nation called Nigeria should be an estate of our grandfather, Othman Danfodio. We must ruthlessly prevent a change of power, which is what they are doing with the Gambari. Having done away with Oshibajo, we must use the minorities in the north as willing tools. They are talking about the Bachama. They are talking about even the Hausas. They are talking about the Gbiras. They are talking about the Wagi people. They are talking about the TV people. They are talking about the Biram people. They are talking about the Jukun people. They are talking about all the rest of you that consider yourselves as minorities in the north. They have always planned to use you. And now they are using you. They said that they will use you to accomplish their mission, that you are willing tools. Today, with the help of APC, today with the help of the late dictator Buhari, they have extended that modus operandi to the south, that you have our governors and political leaders actually serving the interest of Othman Danfodio to come and colonize us and take us over. And as I tweeted earlier today, we are not going to be willing tools and we are not going to be used. IPOB will not be willing tools. IPOB can never ever be used. They took history away from the classroom For very obvious reasons, they wanted to conceal the unspeakable atrocity after atrocity perpetrated by the Fulani Janjaweed Caliphate domiciled in Sokoto, a country without history, a country where history, that is the most ancient subject taught, is not allowed to be taught to children. You have people who are graduates in the zoo called Nigeria. They don't know what history is all about. They have no idea about the history of Nigeria. The reason why they concealed history from you is so you cannot predict this coming, this very wave of Fulani Al-Majiri invading the South. Because it has happened before. In times gone by, it happened before. If you were good students of history, you would have known that what is happening today with this unrestricted invasion, you would have known that what is happening today had been planned over 100 years ago. You would have known that a so-called founding father, Ahmadu Bello, in 1960 said, they are going to use all of you. They said, as daft as they are, that they will use all of you to conquer yourselves, and that's what they have done. That is exactly what they have done. It is only IPOB standing in their way. They took history from you so that you become ahistoric, which means you know nothing. You are very daft, but I can assure you, if you want to learn history, if you wish to be tutored in the history of the zoo called Nigeria, simply go to my page on Facebook. The authentic one, the official one, please. You will see history. If you want to study history, you go to Twitter. We are there, you will see history. Because a country without history, and people can still come out and beat their chest and say, Nigeria is my country, should be ashamed of themselves. Thank God that at least Chimamanda Adichie clarified such idiocy when they tried to apply it to her. I think they asked her a few days ago if she's an ambassador for Nigeria. She said, no, I am an ambassador for myself. Go and read it to understand the very deep meaning her statement was trying to convey. Because Nigeria is an absolute and abundant disgrace. The problem of the zoo did not start today. It started from time immemorial, and it may shock you to know the truth this very evening that the people who conspired in 1976 to remove history from the school curriculum was no other person than President Olusegun Obasanjo. And why did he do that? Obasanjo did it at the behest of the Sokoto Caliphate, the Janjaweed Northern Cabal. Obasanjo obeyed them. Because of Obasanjo's obedience and submissiveness to the cabal in the north, they allowed him to return in 1999 as a civilian president, or should I say head of state. He was the only one they could have trusted. They don't trust any other Yoruba man. They did not trust Olufalaye. Even till today, they don't even trust Tinubu. Despite the fact that Tinubu is a Muslim, they don't trust him. That is why Osibanjo is missing. Tinubu cannot ask after him. That is why Osibanjo is missing, presumed dead, and nobody wants to ask after him. Obasanjo was the one that denied you history. He was the one that took away history from the school curriculum. Because if you had studied the history of the zoo called Nigeria, you will come to the realization. You will understand what is happening. You will appreciate what Channels Television is trying to do in Apanam. They have been killing people in Okpanam. Channels TV never went there. Fulani have been attacking Delta week after week, day after day, with only IPOB standing between them and the fall of Delta. Channels never went to interview anybody. But surprise, surprise, all of a sudden, some Fulani I wouldn't call them settlement, some land illegally occupied by terrorists in the forest of Okpanam. Because if they were human beings or normal people, they will be living where everybody lives. They will live in the towns. They will live in the villages. But unfortunately, they cannot live in the town. They cannot live in the village. They are living in the forest. In a land they forcibly acquired. In a land they forcibly acquired. They took that very land by force from the villagers. And from there, they will come to rape. From there, they will come to kidnap. From there, they will come to abduct. And there are people in Delta saying we are one Nigeria. And Yama is Nigeria. It's not Igbo. But IPOB are the ones there defending you. IPOB are the people in Delta defending you. This same IPOB, this same maligned IPOB, this same ridiculed IPOB, we are the ones on the ground chasing the terrorists away, chasing them away. Now you understand. Overnight, Channels went to go and do an interview. When I said to you that Channels TV is working for the Fulani terrorists, you didn't believe me. Now you will. Now you will. Channels Television have never covered any Fulani attack in Biafra land. Channels TV never went to Okpanam before we drove away the Janjaweed. Channels TV never went to ask the families of those killed by Fulani headsmen, Fulani terrorists. Never interviewed them. Never spoke or had a word with the traditional ruler. Never. As soon as these terrorists were driven away from their camp, all of a sudden, and without warning, out of nowhere, Channels TV appeared and went to interview them. I am going to play it for you, and I am sure by now that Amaka will also post it on the page so you understand the wickedness of these people. So you will appreciate how evil they are. Channels TV never went to Delta. I want people to Google Fulani headsmen attack in Delta. Google it. You will see all the stories, countless, harrowing, gut-wrenching stories about the unspeakable atrocities that the Fulanis are perpetrating, not just in Delta, but across the whole of the South. Did Channels TV go there? No. As soon as terrorists were driven from their camp in Okpanam, Channels TV landed to interview them. You see, when I speak, they say I hate the Yoruba, I can't hate them. As I've said before, I have nephews and nieces who are Yoruba. I stay with them. But when I see the truth, I must speak it. That truth has to be spoken. That evil may flee from the lives of black people. Because the way we behave sometimes, it is abominable, I'm telling you. I want to play it for you. So you understand.
Any settlement inside the bush of Okpanam in Delta.
They said a settlement inside the bush in Okpanam. I want you to understand, how can you have a settlement inside the bush? What are these Fulani terrorists doing? And it is not just in Okpanam. The whole of the South, all our forests, all our bushes, they are there waiting for instructions to unleash mayhem. And that is why, if you refer back to the video clip, to the address I gave to World Igbo Congress in 2015, I told them this was exactly what was going to happen. I was sent by heaven. What I'm doing is not of man. Anything I say must come to pass. Once I utter it behind this microphone, it must come to pass. That is what God has said in heaven, not man. I told them in America that they are coming. I told them that the Fulanis are coming. They laughed at me. They said, I don't know anything. He did not see the war. I said, but they are coming. And today they have come. And who is defending them? Channels Television. Channels TV is defending them. Channels TV, owned by Yoruba man, is defending the Fulani. He's defending evil. Evil upon evil. I don't know why coronavirus will not visit Channels TV. Those people are evil. And I want to prove it to you tonight. Ask Channels TV. All the terror attacks in the South, did you cover them? No. Only the time that the Fulani Police Commissioner, because I told you the reason why they give you Fulani Islamic Police Commissioners is to make their conquest easier. To make it easier. Instead of the police to be concerned about the welfare of Okpanam people, they are more concerned about the terrorists. I will play this very clip for you so you will hear it. I'll play it.
This Fulani settlement inside the bush of Okpanam in Delta State has been burnt down by youths who stormed the camp in the early hours, killing a cow and injuring a woman.
Are you listening?
People come on our house, they say, Yepes where they kill, or they kidnap and they kill. So we will not get kidnapper for our house. They just they come the warriors every day.
Tensions boiled after herders were accused of killing 2 members of the local vigilante group who were chasing gunmen suspected to be Fulani herdsmen who had kidnapped a woman and her daughter.
Are you listening? In Biafra land.
The palace of the traditional ruler of Okpanam has a throng of sympathizers mourning the loss of the young men. Surprisingly, the leaders have a different perspective on the whole issue as they absolve the herdsmen of the crime. They also distance themselves from the burning of the Fulani.
I want to hear it. Are you listening? We have become willing tools. The traditional ruler of Okpanam is even afraid. He's afraid. Our land has been taken over forcibly. The Fulanis are living in our forests. They are in our forests. If you don't know, let me tell you, they have built their homes there. They are round mud houses. They didn't buy the land from anybody. They kept sending them to come down to the south to occupy our land. I warned all of you. I warned all of you. Every blessed year, I'll be warning you. I warned all the idiots saying, oh, Deba is now Biafra. And Yama is not Igbo. Have you seen it now? You are about to become another Elorin. You are about to be, because your traditional ruler can no longer speak. He's weak. Those of us defending Okpanam, he has disowned us. He doesn't know anymore what happened. But they came and they killed. They abducted the people living inside the forest. Who are they? They are Fulani. Did they buy the land? No. Because the police commissioner is there. The police commissioner is there to protect their interest. The nearest army barracks is there to protect them. Some people don't know that our land has been taken. You don't know these things. You pretend you don't know. You are in Europe, you are in America, you are there. You are pretending you don't know. Some are doing a fala. Some are doing New Year festival abroad. You don't know that your villages are gone. You have no idea. Go, let what is happening in Okpanam be an example. They have come into our land, terrorized us, killed, abducted in our land. And even the traditional ruler is scared. He can no longer speak. And that is what Channels TV is covering. Channels TV is covering it to send a message to the rest of the traditional rulers in the south that Okpanam has fallen. If you make noise, your place will fall as well. That was what Ahmadu Bello meant when he said, I will make you willing tools. Do you see how Anioma, can you see how Anioma freely handed itself over to Fulani? These are the idiots mounting, some of them, not all. This is why I'm calling it Achuse's village. It's Achuse, that's why my heart is bleeding. It's Achuse's village. And the Banam is where Nzobo comes from. These Fulanis have come to Nzobo's land to take it as revenge for Ahmadu Bello. Some of you don't know. You're saying, he is your Niyama, and we are not Igbo, where we are from Akraka in Bendel. Have you seen it? What you have done to yourselves? Have you seen what your stupidity and prevarication over the years have now done to your people? Can you see it? That Okpanam has fallen. That is why they are arresting IPOB family members all over the place in Delta to clear the way. I was so upset today. Earlier, I've been shouting all day. So I lost my voice. Because what is happening in our land is a disgrace. A disgrace. The reason why they were going about arresting IPOB family members is to clear the path for Fulani invasion in Delta. I said it 3 weeks ago. If they are running around arresting us, they want to clear the path, and you have seen the result now. Have you not seen the result? Channels TV will not cover any terrorist attack across the South. This is the question every right-thinking person should ask. I am even shocked that that child of Satan, BBC, they haven't done their own damage. You know BBC, you know what Channels is doing is what BBC came to do in our land. And we told them you are not going anywhere. If you like, interview our icons, like Ngozo Konji-Iweala, those we have regard for. That is entirely your business. You can interview 1,000 P2Bs. You can interview 1,000 Jim-ites. That is your business. To us, BBC is dead. What Channels is doing is what they came to do. By now, they would have rendered us useless. Fulani will be everywhere in our land. When we try to push them back in Okpanam, the police commissioner called the traditional ruler. And what did the traditional ruler say? Oh, I disowned the youth, so they went to look for a kidnapped victim. I am so sad. I've been shouting and upset during the whole day. I want people to Google Fulani headsman attack in Ondo, in Cross River, in Enugu, Ebonyi, Delta, Rivers, Akwa Ibom, Abia, Imo, anywhere you like, Google it. You will see all the Fulani headsmen attacks, all of it. Ask yourself, did Channels TV ever go to interview the victims? The answer is no. They are in Okpanam because they are part and parcel of the agenda of Fulanization. The funniest thing is that most of our sons are busy in the Nigerian army helping them to fight Boko Haram. There are people in Nigerian army from Okpanam. There are people from Delta State of Biafra land serving in the Nigerian army. As you're busy helping them to contain the Boko Haram that they created, they are busy shipping terrorists down to your village to kill you. What happened in Okpanam is an example to everybody, as I told you. You said you will not support IPOB. You don't want freedom. What happened in Okpanam is coming to your village. And when it comes to your village and they abduct your mother, maybe your aunt, your father's sister, or your auntie, then your eyes will open. Your stupidity will disappear overnight. You start looking for where IPOB is, and you may not be able to find us. Our stupidity needs to stop. This level of idiocy needs to stop. We are there sleeping, and Fulani is moving. Moving not just to take the presidency, but to take over our land, convert us into Islam, and kill as many people as possible. And their army and their police are helping them every step of the way. And you're telling me there is something called one Nigeria. You people are insane. I lost my voice. I was shouting at them in Delta, asking them to make sure that Fulani cannot take over any inch of territory in Biafra land. And what did the traditional ruler do? He went and told them, oh my goodness. Please, Amaka, and everybody, all our admin in Radio Biafra and IPOB, publish all those videos of how the very trickish ways El Rufai is using to smuggle in these silent Islamic soldiers into our land. They are coming in containers. Every Dangote trailer, since the lockdown, every Dangote trailer is now plying between the north and the east. And what is their cargo? They are carrying terrorists. They are carrying killers. They are carrying rapists. They are carrying diseased Alemajiri with their coronavirus. They have come to reduce. People should write today's date down. Oh. So tomorrow you will be playing it. I say, oh no, they can't say it. Oh. And we thought he was joking. Oh. They have come. And they are waiting for a command to unleash mayhem. Opanam is a joke. Some of you are in America having fun. Not now anyway, due to coronavirus. Because I'm warning you, some of them came to Umuahia today. You know what happened in Umuahia today? Those they sent to attack my village, to attack my hometown. We caught them. They were driven away, taken to Zone 9 in Umuahia at a Hinmini. You know what they did? The police put them in a van and said they are taking them to Akwa Ibom. Free lift to Akwa Ibom. With police escort. With police, I can't understand this nonsense. With police escort. Instead of sending them back to where they came from, they are now entering Akwa Ibom. Or maybe they may dump them in Ariam or somewhere to start the killing. I am warning the whole world, our people especially, that death is coming. You can no longer stop it. Some of your governors are busy siphoning money to China. They are busy siphoning money to US. They are busy buying up industries in Africa. They are busy sending their kids to Cambridge, to Harvard. They are busy paying you 1,000 naira every 4 years to vote for them. We told you not to vote. You said no. I told you if you don't vote, you will get all the changes you need. You said no. It's through PVC. You never knew that you were voting for your own death. Today, death has come. And they are not going back anymore. They will carry it out. That mission, they will carry it out. The only people stopping them is IPOB. It's only our tenacity that is stopping them. If not by now, in your village, they will have Islamic schools. They will be forcing you to go and learn Islam and Arabic. In your villages. If you go to Newi, they will buy, if not for IPOB by now, Newi will have an Islamic school. If you don't know, go and see what's happening in Ebonyi. Go to Ebonyi, you see what is going on in Ebonyi. You weep. You weep for this generation and the next. That is why we must do that which is right before God in heaven, and that's what we're doing this. The reason for the influx, let me tell you that they have their own reasons for doing what they are doing. They have their reasons for doing what they're doing. Let me tell you what I have decided. They said since IPOB, I don't know, of course, is Elohim. Since God have destroyed Nigeria, since Aso Rock is empty, collapsed, there's nothing in Aso Rock, it's the shell. what they have decided to do is to bring trouble. So once coronavirus is over, as the whole world is condemning them for deceiving humanity, they will unleash coordinated attacks across the South. Before, I thought they were going to start in the West. Now, what they have done very cleverly, they think they're smart. I'm smarter than them. They think they're smart. What they have done is to switch the attack to the East. They know that if they attack the West first, and I am a man, when I give a pledge, I honor it. They know I would have sent 1 million men to go to the West to fight Tamoteku against them. So what they did, as they normally do, is they bribed the Yorubas, as usual. They now switch the focal point of the attack to the East. Because the Fulani man knows that a Yoruba man can never come to the East to fight, to defend the East. That's what they're counting on. They think I don't, but I know. They're wondering and having a meeting and saying, oh, I don't know what I do. I say, I know. Because I get my message from heaven. What they have done is to switch the main point of attack to the East. Before, what they wanted to do was take the West and then they come East. Now, they have discovered that IPOB have destroyed their agents. We have destroyed their agents in Biafra land. All the APC agents, they're on the ground. They cannot rise again. They're finished. So what they now did was to say, okay, let us connive with the Yoruba. Let's attack the East first. That's why they're coming. They know that Yoruba can never help, not in a billion years. Yoruba can never send volunteers to the East to fight. Never. Never, ever, ever. That's what they're counting on. And as part of their plan, they are going to use Yoruba media. They will use the British High Commission in Abuja to make the news palatable for the world. What they want to introduce is a total news blackout. The only people stopping them is this Radio Biafra, this IPOB. We are the only people stopping Fulani from swallowing you up, all of you, and your villages. Only us. They know Yoruba will not help. And we are going to fight this battle alone. Sadly, as always, when I speak, they say, oh, you're insulting Yorubas. I'm saying it openly. That the world may hear me, because it's the truth. The people that plan this nonsense is Maman Daura and El Rufai. They are the linchpin. It's a two-pronged attack. Since Nnamdi Kanu thinks he can collapse Aso Rock and announce it to the whole world, so that all the eyes of the world will be on Aso Rock, what they're now going to do is to devise what I call the devil's alternative, the final master plan. Whichever option they take, that men are going to die. Because if the world discovers after coronavirus that they've been lying to everybody, they will be in trouble. Aisha will go to jail. They don't want that. Now what they want to do is to shift the focus of the world to the East. If you ask now, and they have the money. I told you in the year 2015, the Fulani war chest, the Fulani Islamization war chest stood at 13 billion US dollars. Do you know what they do with the money? You don't know, but I'll tell you. They bribe diplomats all over the world. The same thing that Bill Gates is doing with the World Health, the same thing that China is doing with the World Health Organization. They go and they buy up all these groups and their leaders. They give them money. Once you are announced as an ambassador to Nigeria, you come, you have $1 million cash for you, waiting for you. Some of you will be surprised. Do you know that all the killings happening in Nigeria? Do you know that the British High Commissioner never ever sent that very vital information to London? Are you aware of that? Are some of you actually aware in the USA that the Africa desk in the USA has been bought over by Nigeria? Are you aware of that? I'm giving you privileged information. And why they brought Gambari? Because he's a master briber. That's his job. That's what it does. This is a plan. So instead of the world's attention to be inside Aso Rock, it will be in a proxy war going on in the east. Are you listening? And listen carefully, when the dust settles down, you know what I'm going to say? Oh, but you are all Nigerians now. After all, there are Igbo people living in Sabangeri. So those Janjaweed living in our forest, we should allow them to stay there. Are you listening? Are you following? That is their master plan. They will start the war. Once the war starts, the UN will say, okay, he said, well, why don't you all stay where you are? You are all Nigerians. Do you see why we reject being Nigerians? It is a tool for Islamization. It is a tool for Fulanization. It is a tool of conquest. Anytime you say you're a Nigerian, God in heaven knows you are preparing yourself to be taken over by the Fulani. We discovered their tricks. We discovered their game plan. And that is what we're fighting against it. El Rufai and Mamandala, you think you can hold meetings and I will not know? Is that what you think? You planned all this nonsense. You are deporting Alamajiri, and I'm asking you, what is the dictionary meaning of deportation? When Nigerians are deported from abroad, they are deported back to Nigeria, where they come from. Are you deporting Alamajiri to Akwa Ibom, Alamajiri to Cross River? Are they from Cross River State? Now, tell the world the truth. What is your game plan? What do you want to do? Because the people you're deporting to places where they don't come from are not deportees. These are Islamic foot soldiers. If you don't know, let me tell you. Our exposure of Jibril, by the way, Jibril is dead. I've not told you this. He's gone. The one that used to speak, Jibril is gone. No more. You can't see him again. The one with the hole in the neck, he's gone. Completely gone. He's dead. Because we exposed Osibanjo, and until this moment, Osibanjo is still missing, presumed dead. MPD. I wrote it earlier on my Facebook page. Missing, presumed dead. Osibanjo. I told you that Chukwu Okike Obiama is dealing with Aso Rock. Gambari is a very clever man. He said that you will not see him in public. Any day he tries to exercise or arrogate to himself the powers of a president who will die. It's an Aso Rock. It's cursed. And they know it. Because of the what we know to be the death of Osibanjo at the hands of the Fulani cabal. Do you hear about Femi Adesina anymore? Now you have Bashir Ahmed. It is called encirclement. I also want to take you back to the reason why they kept appointing only Fulani. They knew what was going to come. They had an agenda. So the key thing is put Fulani in every position of authority. Make Fulanis all the police commissioner, all the army commanders, everywhere, only Fulani. And then, who does the job? There's something called the softening job. That will be done by their APC party apparatchiks in the south. Oh, Nigeria is one. The Igbos, you hate Buhari. You don't want to vote for him. What it is called softening up. They keep softening you. Softening you. Softening you for the big blow, for the upper court that is coming. That upper court is Janjaweed invasion. That is happening now. These are the things they think we don't know, but we know. I just kept quiet. I knew they would make this move in 2015. I knew they would make this move they're making today. I knew about it in 2015 that they will come. And I wonder what, you know the thing about an average woman is too much sense. I too know. Every idiot has every idiot I too know. I know everything. This your Biafra, this thing you're doing. And I'm telling the idiot, with all your so-called degrees and your fancy brocade starched wear or outfit you're putting on in a function in America. You, with all due respect, you are a nuisance to yourself and to your children. You're a fool, you don't know anything. Until they have come. I want all the videos of all the people intercepted. These are the ones you intercepted. How about those you did not see? How about those you were not able to see? Do you know where they are? How about those you didn't see? Do you know where they are? I'm asking you. No, you have no idea where they are. Because they are in our bushes and in our forests. The caliphate calculated quite rightly that Yorubas will never help us. Never! Not in a billion years. Never. Because the primary duty of a Yoruba man is to hate an Igbo man. That's one thing in life that the number one priority for a Yoruba man is, how do I hate an Igbo man first? That's their priority in life. It's the truth. There are good ones amongst them. I tell that truth, nobody will tell you, is what I tell you. The very painful one, the raw one, but it's the truth. All these years of Yoruba hating an Igbo, it has allowed the Fulani to flourish. They play their game very well. They play it very well. They play very, very well. They were complaining before, listen, that under Jonathan administration, there was no Yoruba man there. There's only Igbos. They never say Fulani. No, never. Now I'm asking them. You voted for Buhari, you claim. Buhari that died in Saudi Arabia. That is why even during the swearing in of Gambari, nobody can see him. I saw the mask he was wearing today. Somebody should zoom that very picture. You will see his cheeks puffed like a puff. You will see as if he's wearing, you know, Don Corleone in The Godfather, when he stuffed cotton wool in his mouth. You know, who played that character? I don't know. Maybe it's old age. It's old age. I can't remember. What's his name again? The very legendary Hollywood actor of The Godfather. Hi. I've forgotten. I'll remember it. Don Corleone, the man that played Don Corleone in that very movie. He stuffed the cotton wool in his mouth. Go and look at the rubber mask that Jubril is dead. That the actor, the clown, is wearing today in Asorok. You see he's puffed like a puff-puff. No one much money in my village. There's something called puff-puff. And Dowamatama has the best puff-puff in the whole world. There's only one woman near Yaba College of Tech in the year 1990 that came very close. I was traveling along Yaba. I stopped beside the gutter, beside the very huge gutter. There was a woman selling puff-puff there. A very nice puff-puff. That's the only one that came very close to the one I used to have in my village. Look at the cheeks of that man. He is wearing, his cheeks are like puff-puff. Go look at it. That's what I can show him. You claim that the position of the chief of staff is so important, you swore him in. And we can't even see who swore him in. No video of him being sworn in this digital age. And all of stupidity is a disease. The caliphate thought very wisely. The purported appointment of Gambari confirmed our intelligence. Yoruba will be the last to be conquered. Remember this very, very well. The US ambassador to Nigeria, the UK High Commissioner, the EU, all of them, they have all received their own fair share of the loot. They can never tell their countries now, these are ambassadors, and they are all former spies. Every ambassador is a former secret service agent, is a former spy. They cannot say to their government, we are witnessing a disproportionate and worrying influx of Fulani men into the south. They will not say it all. They won't say it all. They will not. These top diplomats, they are saturated with bribe, blood money, to massage the truth, to blind the people, so that Trump will not know what is happening. So Boris Johnson will know it, because if you're talking to Boris Johnson or Donald Trump, they don't know who you are. They don't know you. They can't trust you. It's their own spies they will trust. Those in their embassy. People are dying, are being killed in Delta. And you complain to Trump. You complain to Johnson. They will say, okay, thank you very much, I've heard you. Let me ask our people on the ground. They ask the ambassador, did such a thing happen? Ambassador will say there was a minor clash reported between herders looking for the water their cattle would drink and the villagers. And that's what they will take. Are they going to take my own? Of course not. Trump won't take what I said. No, of course not. I'm not an American citizen. Are you going to listen to an outsider or your own seasoned diplomat in Abuja or Lagos? You listen to your own seasoned diplomat. If I travel to Germany, if you tell me something about IPOB, am I going to listen to you? I'll listen to my officers in Germany. That's how life is. Now you understand what is happening. No, the name is not Al Pacino. Al Pacino is Michael in Mario Puzo's The Godfather. What's his name again? I've forgotten his name. It's not. Please, it's not. That was Michael. In that, was it Michael? Yeah, Michael. The senior brother was Sonny. I want to remember the name of oh gosh, I've forgotten. That means we don't even watch movies. And nobody even knows the name. So that means we have a generation. Common movie. They are watching Hollywood. Hey! Nobody knows. You've not even read the book. Mario Puzo's The Godfather. Hey! No reading. No proper movie. Nothing. Only Nkwobi and Cold Gold and Gold Angeles boy. Hey! This generation. I weep for this very generation. Unbelievable. I want to know the name of Don Collier. What's this man's name again? I've forgotten. No, nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. I can't say. I'm checking all the messages here. Nobody can tell me. Nobody can tell me. It's very sad indeed. Very, very sad. People don't watch classic movies at all. Nothing. They don't. They don't know there's so much to be learned from watching classic movies. It's not Al Pacino. I said The Godfather. The Godfather. Not De Niro. The Godfather. Hey, Arweme. And these are Biafrans. I'm shocked. You don't watch movies? Hey, this one is that oh my goodness. Thank you very much. Simon Anyanugwo. Simon Anyanugwo, thank you. Marlon Brando is the name. Marlon Brando, not Al Pacino. Marlon Brando. I hope you didn't Google it. Marlon Brando is what I'm looking for. Go and look at the clown in Asorok. They stuffed his mouth like with cotton wool, like Marlon Brando. And he's shining like puff puff. Go and have a look at it. That was why you couldn't see any live transmission of the swearing in. They finished and the idiot came outside and said something. I want him again. I'll deal with him tonight. Gambari is a nobody. A nobody. Parading certificate here and there. Rubbish is a nobody. I will deal with him tonight. It's a nobody. There are Fulani settlements everywhere across Biafra land. And I can assure you that Channels TV, Tinubu, Yoruba collective yearning for 2023 presidency is the reason why the Fulanis are doing what they are doing and are getting away with it. We must pursue freedom now. We must pursue freedom now. Anambra State is under threat as we speak tonight. The Nigerian army is providing cover and logistical support. The pictures are, I want the entire social media to be flooded with all the pictures and videos of Al-Majri invasion of Biafra land and the south. Everywhere, everybody should put it on the timeline what the El Rufai is doing with the Janjaweed North to colonize us, to invade, to Islamize and to enslave. They're in the forest. They're in our bushes and our farms. I'm looking at a farm. They have tarpaulin. They use tarpaulin. Oh my goodness. Our land is gone. Completely gone. And that is why I am giving an instruction tonight to all our volunteer command across Biafra land. And I'm also asking some PGs, President Generals of some town unions, are colluding with the Fulani. They take money. Some Igwe, the Igwe of Obunike, The Igwe of Ogbunike took money from the zoo to sell Ogbunike to Fulani. If you know the Igwe of Ogbunike, you go and warn him. If you're from Ogbunike, go and warn your Igwe. Go and warn him that Biafra land is not for sale. Go and warn the Igwe. He's dead, isn't he? Yeah, he died. He's PG. So the PG of Ogbunike. It was the Igwe of Ogbunike that brought in the Fulani. Now the President General of Ogbunike has taken over. They are the ones, I can't believe this. Because of money, people are protecting their would-be killers. I don't get it. APG. 4 traditional rulers have converted in Abo to Islam. Have converted. You people don't know what is coming. Are we that blind that we can no longer see? Our people travel to the north to develop it. Look at the nonsense they're giving us back in return. People living in our farms, in tents. At night, they abduct, they kill. Our mothers can no longer go to the farm. This is the price of treachery. All of you saying one Nigeria, you're all traitors. Anybody that says I'm a one, you are a traitor to your people. This is the price you pay for betraying your people. Go to your forest and see what the Fulanis have done to it. I'm giving an order tonight. All volunteer commands, every community, every village in Biafra land, go and check your nearest forest and sweep away all the Fulanis who are there. Or else, the story won't be good. The mastermind is El-Rufai. Their plan is to take over our land because we humiliated the late Buhari. We told the world that Buhari had died when they wanted to keep it secret. They said our agitation for Biafra have exposed their plans. So the best approach now will be anarchy. What they are planning is after coronavirus, instead of us to fall, let there be anarchy everywhere. And we welcome it. You see, I want to tell the Fulani something they don't know because they're foolish. I don't know who's advising you, I'll imagine it. Biafrans in America only can fund a war for 30 years. The reason why you succeeded between 67 and 70, not just because of the Yoruba treachery and betrayal, no. The reason why you succeeded was because the world then was blind. Then only BBC controlled the news. And Pathe News. You know Pathe? P-A-T-H-E. Only them control the news. Now everybody is a newscaster. Now everybody is a news blogger. Everybody is a media publishing house. That's number one. Number two, between 67 and 70, we didn't have a very strong, viable, well-to-do diaspora base. In every modern war fought, where that country have had a significant, or should I say, sizable number of the people abroad, they have never lost. Because the money to buy weapons will never stop. If Biafrans in America were to contribute only $1 every blessed week, Nigeria cannot defeat. In fact, let the zoo go and bring everybody they like. They can defeat Biafra. And they are counting. Let me tell you what gave Nasser El-Rufai the courage to do what they're doing. You know, they try to analyze us. They are saying that an Igbo man cannot sit down and bring out money to buy weapons. That's what they're saying. I know. They say an Igbo man is so selfish, so destructively selfish, that he cannot. An Igbo man cannot bring out money to... No Igbo man can... They asked them how. They said, look at Ojukwu. Ojukwu had to use his father's money to buy weapons. Even at that, some people took the money and ran away. That Igbo people are not naturally charitable because they are individualistic. They are very, very individualistic. They don't believe in the collective. And then I said to the person to tell them that there was no airport before in Imo State. Mbakwe built it. and we all contributed to it. So that we are actually charitable people. But in the intervening years, we have been led by criminals and crooks that the confidence of our people have been dented as a result. They trusted Mbappe, and now, thankfully, they trust me. So our people will fund this very effort. Their friends will fund it. But I don't want them to wait until the war gets to their village before they do something about it. But then it will be too late. So we're warning them now that something needs to be done, and done very urgently. The videos and the pictures of my speech to World Igbo Congress in the USA 2015 is confirmation that I am a messenger from God. Elohim sent me. Anything I tell you is the truth, and it must come to pass. We don't condone evil. That is why the stupid report I read in the Vanguard is not the fault of Vanguard newspaper. Don't blame them. The police called them and said IPOB members are arrested with 13 AK. If we have 13 AK-47 assault rifles, we will be in Benue fighting. I don't know where I got the guns and planted on them. Does it look like I condone evil? You didn't hear me when I came on air and I announced it? Those who were expelling for bad behavior? You don't know that? Do you think people will be involved in criminality and I will allow them inside IPOB? That means I don't even know who we are. I don't condone evil. Something I learned from my father. If go to my community and ask them about my father, they will tell you, he does not condone evil. I don't condone evil either. If you're doing any evil in IPOB, you'll be out. I will announce your name on the air. Insofar as I have not announced the name on the air of those they are holding, means they are holding innocent people. I'll get to that later. And what is I'll read it out. Because if you write good about us, I read it. If you write bad, I also read it. For the world to know. For the whole world to know. I am announcing tonight, I am giving fresh directive to the whole of Biafra land in view of the perilous situation we are under. I am directing every volunteer command and vigilante outfit not to go to sleep starting from tonight. You will sleep only during the day. At night, you must be awake and vigilant. Because our intel tells us they will strike at night. It's only at night they will strike. You know, they are playing a waiting game. They may not strike in the next 2 or 3 weeks, but they are waiting for order to come from El Rufai, and then they strike. And if you're a Biafran, and El Rufai is your friend, then you're a traitor to Biafra. I'm warning you, you're a traitor to Biafra. The proposed attack will come at night. All army barracks in Biafra and police stations are on high alert to facilitate the movement of these invaders. Every command, go and, in fact, I want the names of every police commissioner in Biafra land, every army commander in Biafra land, manning any serious army formation. They are the ones moving them about. They are the ones that will give them guns and ammunition. They are the ones that will come to, when you arrest them, they will come and say, leave them. Channels will not cover that one. As I told you earlier in Oman here today, the terrorists were sent to attack my home. They were rounded up and handed over to the police, who promptly moved them to Ariam in Iguano, my wife's village. And we were just waiting to hear for as to what happened to them. When the police were asked, they said, we are moving them to Akwa Ibom. Did they from Akwa Ibom? You see how they have turned everybody into a coward. Everybody is not a coward. Because once you do anything, your guy who is a Fulani man or woman will dismiss you. Now you know why they took up every position in the army, every position in the police, every available position in the zoo. You now know why Buhari, when he was alive, did what he did. Anywhere you see an army convoy in Biafra land is an order. Record them from a distance. Because Nigerian army are the ones providing logistical support to the terrorists. And from today onwards, I don't want us to be distracted by stupid Nollywood-style gossip. Today is weekend at that hotel. Tomorrow it is a Pericom versus a preacher in on it. Another time it is which other news is there? It's like IPOB caught with 13 rifles in Delta. All these stupid news. I don't want IPOB to dwell on them. We just go and we give them the response they deserve and we move on. They are trying to distract us. It is a distraction. It is their stock in trade. When you write an article, you write a piece. They come there and they make a stupid comment completely out of context. So you start chasing that shadow and forget the substance. That's what they do. I am also, in this very difficult period, extending a hand of cooperation, as I did during the COVID-19, or throughout this COVID-19 period, to the governors, not to work, to all governors across Biafra land, not to work at cross purposes with IPOB. We want to ensure that our land is safe. We must all close ranks now to defend our land. We can resume our hostilities afterwards. All of you now suffering who are going to die under Fulani attack. Did you see what Nyamwodo did to you? They are so-called elders. Only if they had listened to me. Only. But it's too late. Some will die. Some will die. It's understandable. So that we may learn. So that next time we all engage our thinking faculties, not any idiot coming out and telling you, I'm an elder. I saw the war. I'm an elder. Support Fulani. You follow the idiot. You have seen what I've done to us. Now there are Janja. Are they talking? Oh, does it? I'm a leader. I'm an Igbo leader. I'm a South leader. Are you hearing from them anymore? Are you hearing from them? Now that the Fulani army has come, they've run away. They've left it to IPOB. They'll be murmuring in their chat rooms, oh, IPOB should do something. Every hope is now on IPOB to repel the army. This same IPOB you said should be killed. Now they're looking up to us to repel the Fulanis. And we will. And our enemies know we will. That's the good thing about it. Oh dear. Elohim will lead us into battle, I assure you. And we'll emerge victorious. They will kill us, we'll kill them in the end, we'll win. The appointment of a Fulani man. They said, you know, today they changed his name to Agola. No longer Ibrahima. It's Agola. They think they're clever. You know, they don't know who we are. You think all these years his name has been Ibrahim Gambari? All of a sudden, you want to make the Yorubas feel that we are appointed a Yoruba person when in actual fact he's a Fulani man from Kwara. Now you understand, don't you? They are busy deceiving you, telling you, oh, he's a Yoruba man. Oh, Buhari appoints a Yoruba man as chief of staff. It's a lie. His mother is Yoruba. His father is Fulani. He was conceived in M.N.K'S under a camel. Even that name. Under a camel in M.N.K'S. I have his details. You'll be shocked. I have his details. So that idiot, he's a nobody. Abba Kyari was a far more formidable adversary than this one. Abba Kyari is a very, very clever man, I'm telling you. But we outwitted him, and he fell because of this one. Out we made a blue camel, under the camel in M.N.K'S. The father was Fulani. Went to buy camel in the north. They don't know who we are. They don't know. This man is not Fulani. Your so-called new chief of staff is not Fulani. Not at all. And I want them, as I posted on my page, that was yesterday, to educate and to enlighten. You know the thing about black people is that black people are so funny. Black people in Africa are so ridiculous, honestly. When you tell them the truth, they say, you're insulting me. And they get offended. They start insulting you. They start saying all manner of things. But the people that colonized them put chain on their legs and their hands, dragged them against their will onto a ship, took them to the Americas to become slaves, to become farm animals. They don't hate them. But once you tell a black person the truth, you become his or her enemy. But the thing about me is that I cannot stop speaking the truth. You may not like it, but I have to speak it. This evening, I have attacked some stupid Igbo people. The culture of Igbo, of being very selfish, everyone for himself. Now our land is under attack. That very model is no longer going to work. If we adopt that model of everybody to himself, to your village, they will take our land over. We must come together under one command of IPOB to repel them. After that, we can go back and start quarreling as we used to do before. But now there are enemies at the gates. We must repel them. Under one unified command. Under one unified command. Led by IPOB. If you don't know, we'll tell you. Awolowo knew that this was going to, even Awolowo. He said it that one day, it's on my page, can you read it? Why Awolowo feared northern domination in a post-British Nigeria. Dr. Remi Adekoya. Awolowo was right, of course. That was something I saw, that was a submission made by somebody today, which I agree, of course. I know that Awolowo wanted Zeke to come with him so they can take the South away. That I give to Awolowo. I said that Zeke was the foolish one. I know that very well. He was. He was. But that shouldn't be a reason why Awolowo should betray Biafra. But that's how it is. That's how it turned out. Because Azikiwe messed up. That was why Awolowo decided that we should also suffer in return. Remember what I told you before. If you have in mind what Awolowo said, and that Awolowo was afraid of northern domination. Remember what I told you about Obasanjo being the only Yoruba man that was endorsed by the caliphate. Today I'm asking you, this evening or morning, where is your Shibajo? I'm asking. Is it a shock to you that even Tinubu that nominated him is nowhere to be found in terms of asking after his protege? We're led to believe when this whole nonsense started about the VP to the late Buhari. Aso Rock is empty, and they have gone for broke. This caliphate, they are actually very predictable. We have them exactly where we want them. This IPOB, we have the caliphate where we want them to be. We have them in a bad place. We have them facing the devil and the deep blue sea. Whichever move they make, the zoo has fallen. It's a very clever strategy. We made sure that we bombarded Asorok with so much knowledge that they had nowhere to hide. Everyone is empty right now. A president you cannot see. Who made it possible? IPOB. A president who cannot talk. Why? Because of indigenous people of Biafra. A missing vice president that nobody's asking after. Why? Because of IPOB. Any day you attack the South, any day, which you will because you're foolish, you have started, you cannot stop. Any day you carry out any attack in the East, we are ready. We go quite simply to where we go to, and we say, I was here a few months ago, and I told you that these idiots will attack, and here is it, they have attacked. And let me see the bastard that will tell me that Biafra shouldn't go. Then we all die together. Oh dear. They're saying, oh, come home, you're abroad. When I was there, where were you? When I was in the zoo, where were you? Is it now that I'm going to, when I return, you will hear what will happen. Your great grandchildren will be reciting it in their nursery rhyme forever and ever. Because we are coming. We are waiting for them to fire. Go start the war. El-Rufai, go and start the war. Let us see. You think British High Commissioner in Abuja can cover for you? You think that because of the natural hatred some people have towards Biafrans, Igbos especially, that you can ride on that and the world will keep quiet? And the world will give you arms and ammunition and China will support you? Okay, we shall see. Go, we are waiting. Come and fight. Let's see. We'll tell you when the 21st century. You people are so predictable. So because I said a few months ago, how many weeks ago did I say that? I said now is the right time to attack the South if you want. That's why you people are so foolish. That's why you're sending people to the South to attack. Because I said it. Because I know you buy into it. You're so predictable and so foolish. So foolish. You bought into it. And now you have come. And you're trapped. You can no longer go back. Hey! Look at what is happening in Okpanam. It is also happening in Nsukka, in Ogbunike. They have all deployed enough men and resources that they cannot be pulled back anymore. They must proceed full steam ahead, because if El-Rufai and Mamanda are here to stop, if they stop this march to the south, they know after coronavirus, the whole world looking for them to jail them. They're going to prison. I know there is no Buhari in Asarok. I know that. With every confidence in the world, I know. I also know that there is no longer Yemi Osinbajo. I know them. I studied them. I know how they behave. There is nobody there in Asarok. And when that trouble, you see how foolish they are, when that trouble starts that they are looking for in Biafra land, once they start firing and we go to war, I'm sure AU will call for a meeting. UN will call for a meeting. UK, as the creator of Nigeria, will call for a meeting. And they will say, we want to see the President Buhari. Church Abasa. You will see what will happen. Because as you're going with your own Buhari, we're going with our own. And then that DNA test you're afraid of will happen there and then. We have a good plan for you. I want to collapse the zoo in such a way that every Nigerian will be worthless all over it. Once a Nigerian, you are worthless. You will watch this miracle and you will see it before your eyes. And you will tell your children, this IPOB, they're mad. We are going to do something that we will do it that the world will say, is this how Nigerians behave? Every Nigerian will be deported. Write it down. The word Nigeria will be a curse. Let coronavirus finish. Come and fire gun. Come and fire now. We are waiting. And all the Janjaweed, we are shipping them all back to the north. Come and fire. Let us see. Come and fire gun. Let's see. In the holy land of Biafra. Come. And tomorrow Yoruba historian will say, hey, Igbo started war. It was not Kanu. He was asking for war. That's what they will say. They will not say that we're on our own, doing our own thing. And they sent their advanced armies to the south. Liars and deceivers. Liars and deceivers. They have all the money in the world, we know. We have none. But we are about to see the God we worship, how he's going to fight this very battle. Elohim said, I have emptied Asarok. Elohim removes you. Say, Asarok is empty. I have fought this battle for you. What we are doing now is marching around the wall of Jericho 7 times. That's what we're doing. Because the zoo has fallen. I'm telling you, before God and man, I can't say I swear, because it's not good. I can tell you, with every ounce of confidence, heaven is my witness, that Nigeria is gone, is dead, is no more. So you don't know? It's no more. Elohim has said, go and take your land back. Asorok is empty. In order to stop us, they have come. And I love it. Because it's in fulfillment of what Elohim told me. They will come to your land. They will take your mothers. They will rape them. They will abduct your daughters. Nobody will say anything about it. It's happening now. That our prophecy may come to pass. That they may know that Elohim spoke through this same IPAB in our time. History will be very kind to us, I assure you. Even Yoruba historians will be kind to us. Because they know we hate no one. We just want to be free. The full intention of the Fulani murderers is now known to the whole world. Known to the whole world. I knew they would come. I know that envy and destructive individualism will not allow your average well-off Igbo man living in the USA or in Europe to contribute. I know that very well. When we started to undertake this very effort, I studied the brain of an Igbo man for 15 years. I spent 15 years studying how an average Igbo man behaves. They are thinking for 15 years. And I know that they will not support. I know how they are. Then we devised another clever means. And that is why we're able to sustain this movement till now. If you doubt me, I'll get our sister Nena to come on air and tell you how much people contribute from all over the world. You will laugh. That's why I tell you that Elohim is with us. Anything we want to do, we do. If I want to buy an armor tank tomorrow, I will buy one. Because Elohim is in charge. Not money contributed by Igbo to bring money from his pocket and give you to go and prosecute a war. Hey! Now, bed, where's the Igbo man? Do you know how much a tank costs? Or one quality, well-made rocket bread grenade? Do you know what you have to go through to secure a javelin missile from the USA? Do you know? There was a javelin anyway. It was the weapon that stopped Russia from further encroaching into Ukraine. It's a destroyer of tanks. It's called javelin. Well, I don't want to go into too much details tonight. But let Fulani come. Let come fire. Let us see. We are waiting for them. We now know what they plan to do. An Igbo man will only support the defense of Biafra land only when his family has been attacked in the village. Watch and see what will happen. Like right now, Okwana people say, oh, we are Nyama. We are Nyama people. Oh, we are from Akaraka, from Jukun, talking rubbish. But now that Okwanam has been attacked, go tonight and ask him or her. Say, what do you think? She will now tell you, please, I think I want Biafra to come. It's a little assignment. Ask anybody from Okwanam now, what do you want? They will tell you. I know the reason. I know how they think. And that was why God said, because of that behavior, I will punish them. I will send Fulani to them, and Fulani will kill them, that they may have sense. Do you know how many millionaires we have in the USA? People that run their own businesses. People who can sustain a war for 50 years. But they cannot do it. Instead, they'll go and build a mud house in Virginia. And frying Gary inside America. In Anopako. Oh dear. Hey, these are elders who committing desecration of their own culture. Instead of them to bring their children back home to Munede, to Isuochi, to Nenwe, to see what they are doing. This time they say, oh no, please America, come, we're going to Virginia. Daddy, we're going to Igbo village in Virginia. Can you believe Igbo village in Virginia in America? Can people believe such nonsense? I know how they reason. I studied them for 15 years. I know them very well. And it is because of their selfishness, that is why the Fulanis are coming. It was because of that selfishness. That was why El Rufai and Mama Ndaura calculated strategically that because an Igbo man is selfish and individualistic, they will never come together to defend their land. Let's go now. That's why they came. They don't know who we are. John watching again. Ada Neka. Angeline, she's writing. She said we're holding them in the neck. How can I hold the neck? Ajihebo John down below. We are holding them in a part. Zoo has gone. How can Nigeria recover? Recover how? How do you think they're going to defend this absurdity? Lying to the people for nearly 4 years. Lying to the people. Hey, it's indefensible. Even Britain cannot save them. Nobody can. So it's a waiting game. We are waiting. After coronavirus, any day they bring out anybody and say this is Buhari, they are finished. They know it. That is why he cannot speak. No interview. No press statement. Nothing. He's gone. Finished. He's being castrated. That is the might of heaven walking through IPOB. And you say God is not with us. Are you not insane? Are you not insane? I ask you. Elohim is with us. That is why we win. Every battle we go to, we win. Not to talk of now. You know my mother, my mom. Oh my goodness. Now that she's in the spirit. Fighting now in the spirit. So wait now. Maybe she felt she couldn't do it very well in mortal flesh. She had to be mortal to do it. You are about to witness what you've not seen before. That in the end, when we go and rebuild our temple in Arochukwu and give praise to Elohim, you will then understand what I'm talking about. You don't know the tree. In Arochukwu, as it was 5,000 years ago, we will rebuild it. Your temple in Arochukwu will build a temple laced with gold from top to bottom. There will be no man-made material there. Everything is from the earth. That the world may know that we are the center of the universe. The very center of this earth, is Biafra land. The whole world, the center is in Biafra land. Go and check it. 0 longitude, 0 latitude. It is in Biafra land. Unmistakably so. When we refer to ourselves as Umu Chineke, the children of God, and you don't understand, do you? You think it's just a nickname. It's not. It's a blessing. It's an outpouring of spiritual anointing upon those that have been chosen. This very race of IPO. You have no clue, you have no idea. You have no idea. For those of you who are versed in the New Testament, that rejected stone. Remember when they I call myself a miscreant. They don't want to call me a miscreant. I am a miscreant now, but they don't want to call me a miscreant anymore. And I answered with pride to drive home their stupidity. I am calling on all 11 governors of the East to share intelligence with us in order for us to stop this invading army of Islam. Because I know the Yoruba will never help. Never, ever. But they will provide propaganda cover for the Fulani to do their killings. That's what they do. If they cannot ask for their son, Osibajo, how can they look after you? Osibajo they cannot ask for. How can they come and fight for you? Or fight with you? How is that possible? And every Christian must resign from the Nigerian army. Because as you're there, is it not your villages that are occupying? You are doing Nigerian soldier, and they are occupying your own village. The family you're serving. If you're serving in the Nigerian army, you are serving a Fulani cause. You are serving a people that will devour you. You are serving those raping your mothers. You are serving those abducting your sisters. You are serving those who are anti-terrorism. You are serving those who are looting and burning. You are serving those that have denied you anything good about life. You are serving those who cannot build roads. You are serving those who cannot run an economy. You are serving those who don't know their left from their right. You are serving idiocy. And you're serving your own death. It's a suicide note you're writing. Once again, I call on all Christians in the Islamic Army of Nigeria to retire from the army. The more you stay there, the more your towns and your villages will be taken. I have, as I said earlier, I have reached out to some people to help us sustain this very effort. And some of them have told me that their kids are abroad. They don't care. You know what they're planning, some of these politicians and governors? You know what they're planning? That when the Fulani come and they sack our villages and they kill all of us, and we all die off, at least when we have the Oka Emirate, the emir of Oka, at least their child will be the emir of Oka, and the emir of Enugu, the emir of Asaba. You know, the same way that Afonja wanted to be the... People don't learn from history. What your governors are thinking is that their own children will inherit any new caliphate that is coming. So it doesn't concern them. And they have sworn an oath to the Janjaweed in the north. Those you call your leaders. They have sold the other good to come back. You've been sold long time ago. Now you understand it, don't you? Now you understand it. Christians must resign. Maybe one day we'll have the Onitsha Emirate. They will take the house of the Obi of Onitsha. They will convert it into an emirate, or the Onitsha Emirate. And we'll all be wearing Babariga and going to Onitsha. Maybe the Shehu of Abakaliki. The Shehu of Abakaliki. How did they manage to do this damage to our psyche and our land? Because of our Hanez and Igbo, the Aton and Doshi. Mad people. They allowed them to do this to us. Ohaneze. The President General of Town Unions, the so-called PGs, some traditional rulers, your governors, and some of your politicians, they have sold out. Exactly what Hausa peasants did. What is happening today has happened in the past. Hausa peasants did it. They lost Hausa land. Yoruba tried the same nonsense. They lost Kwara. Are you people deaf? Are you blind? You cannot see? Are you that foolish? Are you that foolish? Or Hanez, they got pan deaf. Are you people that foolish that you can no longer reason? The same thing happening to us today. Hausa did the same rubbish. They used Hausa peasants to defeat Hausa kings in war. Look at Yoruba. Look at Kwara. The same thing that happened is what these politicians and those shit that call themselves elders, you are bringing into our land. All this while that the Fulanis have been coming, have they made any credible statement that has any weight, that is substantive? It's about restructuring. When we have gone past that useless stage. The mistakes the Hausas did is what people are trying to repeat. But thank heavens for IPOB. The appointment of their chief of staff after a raging battle in Asorok will now confirm what I've told you, that now, officially, Aisha Buhari is in charge because Ibrahim Gambari is her candidate. And as I told you before, and I will repeat again this very night, Aisha Buhari chased away Garba Shehu because Garba Shehu locked her away. And with the death of Abba Kyari, Aisha Buhari took command again of Asorok in the absence of her husband. That is a verifiable fact. And that is why a disloyal Garba Shehu was meddling in her affairs. Only a few months ago, she said it, I will get my revenge. Now she has gotten her revenge, and her revenge is to take away the pass, to take away Garba Shehu's pass into Asorok. So Garba Shehu can no longer gain entry into Asorok. Because, as you heard yesterday, Garba Shehu reacts to rumors of Ibrahim Gambari as new chief of staff. What happened? Because he is no longer part of this new very cabal headed by Aisha Buhari. She said yesterday, the presidency on Tuesday reacted to reports that President Muhammadu Buhari has appointed a new chief of staff, which Buhari is a presidency, of course. Reports on social media had that Buhari appointed Professor Ibrahim Gambari as his new chief of staff following the demise of Abba Kyari. Now, when they contacted Garba Shehu, this is to prove to you that everything I tell you is correct. When they contacted Garba Shehu and asked Garba Shehu, what is going on? Do you know what he tweeted back? I have not been briefed. If the main advisor to the president on media matters hadn't been briefed before announcing that Gambari is the new chief of staff, then what does that tell you? It tells you that I've been right. He is no longer part of the inner cabal. He's been frozen out. He's now looking for an ID badge to try to get into the villa with. Do you know what is astonishing? Can you see how an ordinary political appointee is being celebrated? But at least Aisha has consolidated her rule. Ibrahim Gambari is one of the few Fulani hegemonies. As I think my friend Fanika wrote a very brilliant piece on this very man. A very brilliant piece. Did I read it? Quite astonishing. Quite incisive, I must say. Ibrahim Gambari is a Fulani man. The father is Fulani, the mom is Yoruba. Understand this very clearly. He is a Fulani hegemonist. He is worse than Abba Kyari. I said worse, 100 times worse than Abba Kyari. And they said he has intellectual sagacity. It means that he has an accumulation of unverifiable certificates. He has an accumulation of accolades that cannot be substantiated nor proven. He has a few connections and he knows those to bribe. That's all. He was brought in by Aisha to reassure the very undemocratic, corrupt, and absolute rulers in the AU Africa Union that Jubril is indeed, his job is to convince the world that Buhari is alive. That is his main job. If it means going from capital to capital in Africa and bribing people, that is what he's going to do. He comes with an outstanding credential in diplomatic bribery. If there is anyone who can maintain the fine traditions of trading of valuable mineral resources to keep Nigeria warm, he is the one to do it. The IPOB will destroy him in a matter of weeks. Write it down. A few weeks' time, he'll be gone. His reputation will be on the floor. His main job is to hold the front against the international community as the war of conquest of Biafra land and entire South continues. He is a Muslim like Tinubu. So Islamic expansionism, I must say, in the South is a religious calling, and he is obligated to support it. Obligated to support it. And do you know what I find astonishing? Before I came on air, I did a bit of research. Do you know what I find? Do you know why I say that some British people are in on this? Not Boris Johnson, no. But the British High Commissioner, you know, they're very corrupt people. The British High Commissioner to Nigeria, listen to this, Katrina Lang, has congratulated Professor Ibrahim Gambari, the new chief of staff, Nigerian scholar, diplomat, and from Kwara State is to replace, that's the newspaper. Reacting, she wrote on her Twitter page, delighted to hear that M. Gambari has been appointed. Oh my, wrong grammar. Delighted to hear that Buhari has appointed the hugely experienced diplomat Professor Ibrahim Gambari as his new chief of staff. UK, which is British High Commission in Nigeria, looks forward to working closely with you on our shared agenda in the challenging COVID-19 times. Congratulations. Unbelievable. You're telling me that, oh God in heaven, these people are so foolish. You're telling me that a diplomat, a high-ranking diplomat, is congratulating somebody who is meant to be a chief of staff and saying to a chief of staff, we look forward to working with you. The UK government looks forward to working with a political appointee will look forward to working with you closely on our shared agenda with the chief of staff, not the president. Shared. Unbelievable. Hey, and now let me put this to you. Who can anybody remember who is Trump's chief of staff? Do you know who he is? President Trump's chief of staff. Do you know who he is? Because before we came on air, we Googled and we said, did Britain ever congratulate any other chief of staff anywhere in the world? The answer is no. Why in Nigeria? Why are you congratulating ordinary chief of staff in Nigeria? Say you work together with him. Because he's going to do the job of a president. Of course, helping Aisha Buhari. Aisha Buhari is the backseat driver. Gambari is the face, the one who's going to do the cleanup job. That is why a whole UK, a whole United Kingdom mission to Nigeria is saying, unbelievably, we look forward to working together. Imagine having a diplomat being posted to Washington, and on getting to Washington, she will now write to President Trump's chief of staff to say, I look forward to working with you. Is that possible? I am asking people to use their common sense. Is that possible? How is that possible? That tells you that Buhari is no more. UK is now looking forward to working with Gambari. And of course, my friend tweeted, with the appointment of Gambari as chief of staff for the first time in our history, we have a Fulani, of course, there's no president, Fulani president, Fulani chief of staff, both having a Fulani government with a Fulani agenda. No, there is no Buhari. In Aso Rock, what you have is a joke. What you have is Aisha Buhari, who recruited Gambari to cover up her shortcomings. She is not a stateswoman. So Gambari will do the work for her. That was why Gambari gave an interview. You know what he said? Gambari said in the interview, I will not speak in the public. I report to the president. What does that tell you? I had a sip of water. What does that tell you? Which means that Britain is part of the Islamization agenda in the zoo. Britain is supporting Fulani to invade and conquer the South. That is why you're working with an ordinary chief of staff. Ordinary chief of staff, unbelievable. Ordinary chief of staff, that is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Oh, dear me. Donald Trump's current chief of staff is Mark Meadows. Mark Meadows. Has anyone heard of him before? Do you know who Mark Meadows is? He succeeded Mick Mulvaney. Do you know who these people are? And we went and said, oh my goodness me, oh my goodness. We went and searched. And the funniest thing is that even Theresa May asked the British ambassador to the USA not to even work with Trump, talk less of Mark Meadows. So when the UK mission to Nigeria is saying, that they are congratulating Ibrahim Gambari, it means they know what is happening. It means that the UK government is aware that Buhari is there. Of course, they knew this from day one. He's no longer there. And the UK government is complicit in a global cover-up. The UK mission in Nigeria, the UK High Commission in Nigeria, this very woman is part of this fraudulent conspiracy to conceal the truth. You're congratulating ordinary chief of staff. Why didn't the UK congratulate Mark Meadows when he took over? Since congratulating chief of staff is a good thing, why did he not congratulate Mick Mulvaney when he assumed the office? Because Mark Meadows took over on the 31st of March. Why didn't the UK ambassador in America congratulate Mark Meadows? Because the chief of staff's position is the political appointee. A political appointee. How can an ambassador be congratulating a political appointee? Hey! My God, only in the zoo. We are proving to them that we went to school. Most of them did not. Forget all the stupid degrees they have. is a scholar. Janja with scholar. My food. I'm going to read from this extract that Faleke wrote, because I don't plagiarize. When I read something from somebody, I give them credit for it. 200 years ago, the Arakakanfo of the ancient Oyo Empire and the self-proclaimed Oba of Ilorin, Are Afonja, he was the commander-in-chief of the Yoruba forces on the ground of the Yoruba, the same position that Gani Adams has today. The Are Kakanfo of the Oyo Empire. He went to Ilorin and betrayed the Alafin of Oyo by declaring himself the Oba of Ilorin. Do you know what he did? The same thing that your governors are doing today, the same thing that some of you are doing today, the same thing that some idiots are doing all over the world. You're entering into alliance with Fulani, thinking you're going to survive, you're going to have fun. What happened to Afon? That should be an example to everybody. You should have taught the Yoruba race a very big lesson. It should teach all of you a very big lesson as well. You must learn from this. You must learn from it. He went and formed an alliance with a Fulani advisor, sorcerer, and mercenary by the name of Alimi. Listen carefully. It is from this very lineage, as you say, or the extended family that Ibrahim Gambari came from, the Yoni chief of staff. They want to sell to you as a Yoruba man. He is not a Yoruba man. I've gone past 2 hours. Alimi betrayed, as the Fulanis always do, as they're doing now in Akwanam. They went and told him after the war, Igbo man is your problem. You're Anyama, yes, but you're not Igbo. You're the Varanja divisor of into two. Now, today, they're in Akwanam killing people. That's what they do. They do it very, very well. Alimi and his family took the throne from Afonja. They tortured him, dethroned him, and murdered him. And they did not only kill Afonja. This is the price of betrayal. When you betray your nation, this is what happens to you. They did not only kill Afonja, they killed his children. And I'm thinking that the Yoruba race should have learned something from this by now. That betrayal is not good. This is, in fact, it's not even for, this is for Igbo people. This is for Igbo governors, Igbo politicians that believe in betrayal. What the Fulani will do to you, as I told you before, they love to get you to betray your people, but they will kill you to make sure you suffer. This is what happened in Yoruba land. You have not learned anything. That was how the Fulanis came to Yoruba land, and they took Ilorin till today. Till today, the Fulanis are still there. Till this very moment, they're still there. Why are they there? Why are they there? Ask yourself that question. Because of betrayal. Because a Yoruba man betrayed. The man betrayed. Now, Gambari family came from Alimi's family. They came with a staff of authority from the Sultan of Sokoto. That was why I said that every Yoruba man is answerable to Sokoto. I said it before. They said, you're something Yoruba, no, I'm not insulting you. Tinubu takes his orders from Sokoto. That is why Tinubu cannot ask for Osibajo. Can't ask for him in public. The problem in Yoruba land is that they are divided into two, half Christian, half Muslim. That is the problem they have. A very big problem. We have our own issues, a very big one as well. I'm not trying to hide that. Ever since that very day, a Fulani emir has always been on the throne. A Fulani emir has always been on the throne in Ilorin. They are trusted servants and bonded slaves of the country. This is deadly. Very, very deadly. They said, as a saying in Yoruba land, beware of the Gambaris and the descendants of Alimi. Remember, somebody used to talk about the Gambari all the time. Now you have the real Gambari in power in Asrock. The real Gambari. No more fictitious Gambari. No more. The real Gambari is now inside Asrock. Unbelievable. They call him Abola, so you think he's Yoruba. His name is Ibrahim Gambari. Gambari is a Fulani name. Gambari is a Fulani name. There is nothing about him that is special. He is a servant to dictators and tyrants. He was the man For those of you saying you're from South and Niger Delta, he was the one that was instrumental in convincing the world that the death of Ken Saro-Wiwa was justified. This is the man, Gambari, that some of you are celebrating. He was the one that said to the world that the death of Ken Saro-Wiwa was necessary so that Shell can be making money and they can be sharing it. Zoological Republic. I can need you, you're nothing. We will destroy and decimate you. So you're nothing. Seasoned what? A seasoned betrayer and servant of dictators. That's what he's ever done in his life. That's what he's ever done in his life. There was a very beautiful piece written by foreignpolicy.com. You know what they call him? United Nations dictator envoy. He only goes to bribe. He meets the lowest of the low of the world. The dread, that's what he meets. Gambari is a nobody. An absolute nobody. A nobody. All he does is to work. When he was the undersecretary at the UN, they only sent him to dictators. That's all he does. Is he denying it? Go and ask him, and he will tell you. He is not denying it, not one bit. That's the job he does. He is a nobody. He worked for Abacha. He worked for Abacha and justified even the annulment of June 12. Have you all forgotten? He is not Yoruba. He is not a Yoruba man. He worked for the annulment of June 12. This man you call Gambari, this is the nonsense they produce in the zoo. They always have a certificate. He was at Harvard, at Princeton, and in Cambridge, in Oxford. Every time they say rubbish. They say as if having a mere paper certificate means anything in life. When you go to Germany to look for work, and you say you're an engineer, ask anybody who is in Germany. They will take that certificate. In front of you, they put it in the bin. In the dustbin. They give you overalls to go to the factory and show them what you can do. It's only because they say empty barrels, they make the most noise. It's only in Africa. Hey, he was at Harvard. He was at Oxford. He went to Yale. As if all this nonsense will give you water, give you electricity, give you good roads or hospitals. Why can't people reason for once? And their useless lives. Unbelievable. We are here to let the whole world know the truth. There is a lineage they have. The emir of Ilorin was in 1842. Alimi. Abdul Salami Dan Salih Alimi. 1842. After that was Shita Dan Salih Alimi. Finished in 1860. Then they have Zubaro Dan Abdul Salami. 1868. Then you have Shita Aliyu Dan Shitu. To 1891, hey, Yoruba Tagahun. Hey, these are Fulani men sitting on Yoruba throne. Hey, Yoruba, go and take back Ilorin. This shame is too much. Then now you have the M.N.K'S Al-Haji Ibrahim Kalakbo Sulu Gambari from the same. The answer to the caliphate. Every Yoruba Muslim answers to the caliphate. That is why the Yorubas will always work with the Muslims, no matter what. They will work with Fulani. The Fulani knew this. That is why they are coming to the east to invade the east first, before they go and mop up what is left of Yoruba land. That is why I insist, with all this overwhelming evidence, that Christians must leave the Nigerian army. You must all vacate the Nigerian army. After all, they don't have any salary to pay you. There is no more money. The zoo is broke. It is absolutely broke. They don't have money to pay. As to why the salaries were not paid. Why the salaries were not paid. They said that the lockdown has affected a part of military personnel. They didn't tell them that it's because nobody's buying the crude oil anymore. Nobody's buying the oil from the zoo. That is why they no longer have any money. That is why they can no longer pay the soldiers. Soldiers are not being paid. The more you are in the Nigerian army, the more your places are being invaded. The more the likelihood you will come back to a Fulani emirate as the Yorubas discovered in Ilorin. Today, they are regretting it. Only those with true patriotic blood in them, those that love their ethnic group, will understand what I'm saying. If you are not Fulani, you must leave the army. If you remain in the army, you will become a willing tool with which your own village will be conquered. If you don't know, let me tell you. That is why they use, even the Alamajiris they used and they dumped and they rejected, the Alamajiris that they're shipping to us. I'm not going to defend Alamajiri tonight. Maybe some other time I will, because I want every child to have a very decent upbringing. What they are doing to the Alamajiri population is just an abomination. Shipping them everywhere. They give birth to them. After little girls of 9, 10 years old fall victim to Fulani pedophiles. They fall victim to Fulani pedophiles. They impregnate them, they give birth to kids on the streets of Kano, of Katsina, of Kaduna, of Zaria. Now there is a problem, they want to ship themselves to come and fight for them. That's what they're doing. That's what they continue to do. There is a very clever video which I want people to understand that you know, I don't know if, please, Chinas, send it to Amaka to post. Very, very important, please. This is what they are doing to deceive all of you. You know, this very clip here, which some of you will watch on my page, Martin Namdekan, of course, on Facebook, the genuine one, please, with over 350,000 followers. That's the one you should be on. Oh dear me. There was an armed robbery incident in the USA. Do you know what happened? And the robber was caught on CCTV camera. And they took people funding, they did a program called, you know, where the Crime Stoppers, people funding, and said that the man in the video camera, that they know who he is. They gave an address to the police. The police went to the man's house, shot the mother of the man they had actually said was the one in the picture, showed the mother the picture. You know what the mom said? The mom said, "This is my son. My son is actually a criminal." Do you know what happened? The criminal was not even a black person. It was a white man. He went to Hollywood. He procured a face mask resembling a black man. He went and robbed the bank and a series of other banks as well. So that when they catch him, you will think it's a black man doing the robbing. And to make matters worse, the mother of the victim of the identity theft actually said that is my son. I want to play it for you, so you will hear. I want to play it for you, so you will hear. It's just what they say, truth is actually stranger than fiction. Unbelievable. I want to play it for you to hear. Listen. What is happening? What is happening? I wanted to play. I cannot hear it. I cannot hear it. I cannot hear it. Yes, I don't know what is happening. Then it should be able to play. Then it should be able to play. I cannot hear it. I am trying to fix it so you can hear that I don't blame zoo people anymore. I don't blame you zoo people anymore. Because even the mother of somebody who is a victim of what they are doing with Buhari in Asorok said that is my son, when actually the son was innocent. I want to play it for you to hear, if we can get our systems to operate the way it should tonight. I want to get it for you to hear.
Eyewitness accounts. They say they're so unreliable, they may just be...
I want you to listen. I want to go back and start from the beginning. Listen.
Photos like these all the time, and maybe you recognize the person in the video, but your eyes can deceive you, even about your own child.
Yeah, that's really true. And tonight, we actually show you a stunning local case that will make you scratch your head a little bit and wonder if what you just saw was indeed real.
And it also...
That's what I do to you in the zoo.
Real problem.
I wonder.
They say they're so unreliable, they may just be the worst kind of evidence.
Did you hear what they said? No longer eyewitness. Police said, after this very case, nobody will come to us again and tell us we saw somebody here and they will believe. I'm saying this for you to know that there is no Buhari in Asorok. Come and see America Wonder that I do to you. I want this video to be posted everywhere. I want the world to understand the idiocy Nigerians are going through. Asorok is empty. Listen. Listen.
In 2010, he held up multiple
multiple tri-state banks, and the surveillance video hit probably every newscast in Cincinnati.
He was robbing banks.
See in a Hollywood movie.
Hollywood movie, that's what I call it.
I do anything like this.
This is the bank robber.
We believe to be
A bank robber. Onyoshi.
Hamilton County Prosecutor Joe Dieter says people were convinced they knew this guy.
People were convinced they know him.
They pointed at
The same way you are convinced that the man you're looking at is Buhari. Oh, but he sounds like Buhari. He looks like Buhari. I want to tell you, it is a lie. An absolute lie. Buhari is dead, buried in Saudi Arabia. That is why they cannot give any live interview. That is why he can no longer speak. That is why they now have swearing in behind closed doors. That is why they know the zoo will fall. That is why they are shipping Janjaweed Alamajiri to the south. That is why they want to start a war. Because you've been deceived. Nigerians, you have been fooled. Zoo people, you have been fooled. All of you deceived. This is a proof.
They were sure he was this man.
Put out a Crime Stoppers tip.
They shot a man's face.
About 5 or 6, 7 phone calls. I know that guy. He lives on this street. He lives in this particular.
They mentioned his name.
Detectives went to that house. They knocked on the door. His mom answered it. She said, "I know why you're here. I just saw on television my son."
They came to the house. The police did Crime Stoppers. They gave the name of the person they thought had done the robberies. When the police went to the house, they knocked on the door. The mother answered the door. The mom came to the door. And the mother said to the police, "I know why you're here. I saw it on the news. It's my son. He is the thief, isn't he?" Now listen to what happened.
Robbing a bank.
This is that woman's son. Take a look. He looks incredibly like the guy in the surveillance video. Police took the son, whose identity we were not given, into custody. Then they got a call from another.
He was arrested, though.
That they had the wrong guy. That it was her boyfriend who robbed the bank. And this is her boyfriend, Conrad Zerdiak.
Actual perpetrator was white as
Not a black man anymore, white.
theatrical mask from Beverly Hills, which
Theatrical
was
mask.
$2,000, and it's very lifelike. And he had it on, and it looks like the guy they called Crime Stoppers about.
I mean, his mom said.
His mother said.
His mother said, "That's my son." But it's not the son. The person who committed the crime is a white guy. It's the same thing now. Happening to whoever, because Jubilee is no more, happening to the clown they brought wearing a face mask every day. It's not Buhari. It looks like him. When they dub their nonsense may sound like him, but it is not Buhari. In America, a woman said, "This is my son in the photo. It's my son. My son is a bank robber." Until the police told the mother, "No, it's not your son. He's actually a white man. But he was wearing your son's face." That's what they've been doing to you. The zoo has fallen. The zoo has collapsed. They have nowhere to go to. That is why they want to start a war. A war they're going to lose, of course. A very expensive and costly war they are going to lose. They will try to distract us as much as possible. Do not be distracted. We are back again on Facebook. Anytime we are hammering the zoo, they can no longer take it. They cannot take it. They cut us off. That is what they do. That is what they do. They cut us off. I must preach this gospel. That's what I'm doing. Heaven gave me a gospel to give to the living. That's what I'm doing. The truth. And Facebook cannot handle it. Everybody have planted their own share. Everybody have their. Now watch. That now we have come back. We can struggle to make 8,000. You will see it. That's how they behave. Who are the people doing this? Yoruba people working for Facebook. I am speaking the truth. I am telling you how they're deceiving you. Anytime I go close to Buhari, the lies with Jubril, the lies with actors wearing face masks, they cut us off. That's what they do all the time. But we must continue. We must continue. Jenny Chukwu said we must continue. We are going forward. We are going forward. Somewhere, Una. I don't know where that. Ah, no, too. Anya Diegu, Ndidi Amaka. Is it only women who are listening today? Of course. You know what I told you? When our women come out, you know that Biafra has come. They are all on Facebook on my page. Mazen Namdekano. Everybody is watching, listening, all over the world. Even I've been told now that Ibrahim Gambari is listening to this broadcast. The whole world. Rapturous attention. Listening to a divine message from heaven. I don't know any native doctor, heaven forbid. The only native doctor I have is Elohim. We must continue. As I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by Facebook. I was explaining to you how easy it is to deceive people in America. Talk less of, animals in a zoo. You can imagine how easy it is to deceive animals in a zoological republic. A woman said, my son is guilty. Oh, that's my son's picture. He went to go rob a bank. Until they told her, no, man. He was actually a white man. But he's wearing a face mask of your son. That is why Aso Rock is empty. It is empty because we exposed the fraudulent hyper-reality masks they are wearing. It is empty because what they brought in the Chinese to do the hologram for them, to mimic the voice and the face, we have exposed it. They can no longer go there. The zoo is in trouble. In a very big mess. This evening, we are going to take your messages and I'll answer them on WhatsApp. Please do bear with us. Do bear with us. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. We know what the Chinese are doing to us. Everybody knows that. And that's something I want to... They said the police arrested 9 IPOB family members. It was in Vanguard newspaper. As I said, maybe they'll stop us around 6.5K. That's what they normally do. that is Yoruba Facebook people for you. Creating fake accounts. You have them, they create fake account. They give a useless name. They say, go to M.N.K'S page and attack him. They go on the right. And we discover it is fake. No history, nothing. We just delete the idiot. That's what they do. You see them, you think they're human beings. No, they're not. There are big companies like Facebook. That's what they do. They sell information. That's what they do. They sell information. Police seized 10 IPOB members, recover 13 AK-47 assault rifles. That is the news in the Vanguard. That's what they wrote. We discovered 3 training camps in Ibuzo, in Okpanam, because we went to Okpanam and stopped the terrorists from attacking Okpanam. That's how IPOB now owns a camp in Okpanam. Do you see what they're doing? So they are doing this is just a gift for Gambari. The commissioner there wants to welcome Gambari, their new, almost de facto president, working for Aisha. Want to say, we are doing something. Those people that gave her back here, your predecessor, tough time. We are dealing with them in Delta. That's the meaning of this rubbish. I'll read it for you so you understand. Before we shred this rubbish. The Commissioner of Police in Delta State, what is his name? We want from his name, you shall know them. We want to know his name. They are saying Commissioner of Police. What is the name of the Commissioner of Police in Delta? I want to know. They don't want to write his name because I'm sure it's Janjaweed Fulani. They arrested innocent people. They arrested a Ejiofor. Ejiofor is one of us. They arrested a Ejiofor. They arrested Sunday Chukwude, Onyeka. They arrested who else? Chima, Okpara, Maxwell. I want to see. They said after diligent whatever they found in Ugwumosu camp of proscribed IPOB that they found 10 assault rifles that IPOB owns a camp, which is a lie. We drove them away in Ogbanam along with the village youths, which was made very clear. I want to see who. I need the name of the police commissioner. I need it. I need the name of the police commissioner. I need it, please. In Delta. Because I can't see it here. They said they went that IPOB has 3 camps in Delta where we are training fighters. I need the name of Delta State. That will tell you everything you need to know. Delta State Commissioner of Police. I need the name very quickly. Why, why this waste of time? Delta State Police Commissioner. I need his name. Please, I need it now. I need it. So the world can understand who is making a mess of himself. Because the Delta State Police Commissioner is making a mess of himself. An absolute mess of himself. Now let us go back and begin to look. I'll give you his name in a very short while. I'm sure that they're bringing it to me. But he's Janjaweed, without a shadow of a doubt. He's Janjaweed. Let me see if there's anybody on Facebook that can give it to me. I've checked the Facebook now, not from what I'm seeing here. I cannot see it. I can't see anything here. I cannot see anything here at all. There is somebody writing called, there's an Alamaji on my page. He's saying, coward freedom fighter, come back now and see what Burata will do to you. And I said to him, but I was there. What did you do? When I was there, what did you do? Out of cowardice, you came to attack me in the afternoon when I was sleeping. Did you warn me that war was coming? Now that you have given us an advance warning that war is coming, you will see what will happen, isn't it? Man. His name is Hafiz Mohammed Inua. That is all you need to know. The reason why he sent them, the reason why they sent this idiot is to come and pave the way for Fulani invasion and conquest of Delta. That is why. Have you seen it? Are you telling me there is nobody from Delta State who can be a police commissioner? Do you see what the Fulanis are doing? Have you seen what they are doing? Let us deal with this. For now, it will be prudent to just say that that they are holding innocent people. They are holding innocent people. If what they are saying at all is correct, if at all it is correct, where and how did you find them with AK-47? Where did you arrest them? Where did you find the AK-47? What evidence do you have linking them to AK-47 you say found them with? You know me very well. If you commit anything in IPOB, I don't condone any crime or criminality. I'll come on air and I will dismiss you. I've done that before, many times. If you arrested anybody with AK-47, is it not your own Fulani terrorists that are carrying AK-47 with their Nama? Is it not very clear for the whole world to see? Who are the ones with AK-47? Is it not Fulani terrorists with their cattle? Is it not? Is it not Fulani terrorists with their cattle carrying AK-47 that everyone knows about? Is it not? I'm asking you. What we have is the word of the police against the word of innocent men until a court of law decides what happens. That's what they do. They parade you before the media. That is Janjaweed justice. No court has pronounced anybody guilty, but what are they doing is parading people, convicting them, because that is Sharia law. They say that you are innocent until proven guilty. And I'm asking this Hafiz Inua, this Janjaweed, the Fulani terrorist in uniform, did you find them guilty? Why are you parading them and telling journalists that they are guilty? Which court of law tried them? Do you see why we don't want to be in Nigeria? People don't understand this. Can you understand it? Can you now see why we don't want to be part of the zoo? You arrested somebody, a suspect, and you're parading him before the cameras. And there is a law in Nigeria saying you should not parade anybody until they are found guilty. But you see what they're doing. Because Fulani is above the law. These primitive reprobates, they're above the law. So when you do this, then Gambari will now cut it out and give it to British High Commissioner and say, oh please, send it. IPOB, they're terrorists. That's why they did this rubbish. No court of law has found them guilty. No court of law. But they have now called journalists. But when terrorists were attacking villages in Okpanami, the police never called any press conference. When Fulani people were attacking villages, killing people, there was no journalist was called by the police commissioner because he is part of the terror group. Do you see what Fulanis are doing to you? Do you see how they are playing with your brain? Do you see how they are messing with your brain? Do you see how they have pauperized, more or less, your thinking faculties? Have you seen it? Have you seen it now? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Now, this tells the whole world. This tells those that say they are Nyomba, they're not Igbo. This tells the whole of mankind what IPOB is passing through in defense of our land every blessed day. It is not everything that we announce on air, not everything that I broadcast. Some of you don't know what we are passing through. Every blessing, if not for IPOB, our land would have fallen. Now, what do? They bring the police with a Fulani commissioner to go and be arresting people. They say IPOB. Because what they want to do is to clear the path for the Fulani to come in. They know with our men on the ground in Delta, that exists. As an Awanan, they cannot come in. They know. So what they do is to remove them, is to remove IPOB from the ground, arrest them, do anything you like to them. So that the Fulanis can come in and kill, Okpanam as they've just done. Now, do you see what IPOB is passing through? When I see idiots who don't understand IPOB talk rubbish, I feel sorry for their stupidity. Do you see what we are suffering for your sakes? All of you. Do you see the humiliation we are going through because of you people? Do you see it? If you're a Biafran, do you see it? All those that claim, oh, I'm Delta, oh, Delta. Do you see what our men are suffering on the ground because of you? To keep the Fulani Janjaweed away. Do you see the humiliation? They parade innocent men, put them on the front page of newspapers to give IPOB a bad name. So when I attend important meetings abroad, they will say, oh, but they said your men were killing. They know it's a lie. The Fulanis who are going about killing every blessed day. No press conference. None. None has been arrested. None. No press conference. This is why I said that Fulani police commissioners in the whole of the South should stop. It should stop. Now, do you see it? Despite everything, despite the fact that there are some people, idiots in Anyama said, like Lord, we are Nigerians. We are from the north. Did it stop them from going to kill you? Did it stop them from abducting our mother? Did it stop them? I'm asking you. The answer is no. Never stop them. This is what IPOB is suffering every blessed day. There is no type of humiliation we have not received in defense of our land. And sometimes even some of those we are defending the land for don't even appreciate it. Unbelievable. We are going to go to court and we'll destroy them and their flimsy evidence. You found IPOB. They have camps here and there and there. The only weapon we have is our flag and memorabilia. That's all. Killing. Where do I need to carry a gun when Asorok has fallen? Where do I need to be fighting you? What do I do with a gun? When Elohim has destroyed Asorok itself, we went for the jugular and Asorok has fallen. What do I do with a gun? I want it for coronavirus. That's all. Once the corona baby is out of the way, the zoo is gone. Only coronavirus is saving the zoo. So what do I need a gun for? To do what? When the zoo has fallen, what do I need gun for? To fight who? Buratai, who is deceased and has run to Niger Republic. Those cowards in military uniform attacking civilians. I was sleeping in my house in the afternoon and you came. No notice that guys. If you declare war on somebody, at least you go out and you declare war. You say from today there's going to be war. Isn't it? They always fight like cowards. They always sneak up in the middle of the night. One idiot is asking me, why don't Janji, the quota educated, they don't have brain. It's computer programmed. The computer is told, ask this question, because they don't listen. It's a computer. They don't have ears, they don't listen. When I was in court, where were you? When I was moving about, when I locked down Iguach, I locked down Ekulok, I locked down Abakaliki, where were you? So you're blind? Of course, you're a computer. You're not a human being. Godliness, truth, and honesty is at the very epicenter of our quest for Biafra restoration. And I'm at one watching it. I don't lie. Well, if I tell you the truth, are you going to kill me? You can't do anything to me. Nothing. You cannot do anything. That place you say people cannot go, I go there. You can't do it. Just tell you the truth. If anybody does anything bad in IPOB, I will come on air. I will announce what they have done. I will expel them. I do not condone criminality. Elohim will remove me any day I do that. If I wanted quick money, I have men. We can break banks and take all the money we need. But I was warned from day one when I was praying at the Temple of Solomon in Jerusalem. Elohim gave me no criminality. None. I am the Lord your God, I will give you Biafra. But no criminality. And has he not done it? Has the zoo not fallen? Has the zoo, I ask, has the zoo not collapsed? They have no president. All we need to do after COVID-19 is to prove to the world that they have no president. It's over. It's over, chicken, as they say in, is it back when me? It's all, the zoo is dead. Are you telling me that any government of the world, no matter how corrupt the diplomat is, that they're going to cover a pregnancy, how are you going to cover it? That this is not Buhari. Because if they appear with their own Buhari, we appear with our own. Then it blows the DNA test. You don't know? We are planning heavily for them all. That idiot is finished. There is no president in the zoo, and the whole world knows. That's all we need to do is to substantiate it. And it's over. And why do I need to order my men to carry gun? If you carry gun, will you be alive as a police commissioner? If we carry a gun, will you be alive in Delta as a police commissioner? If I give the order tonight for you to be killed, you will die this night. If we forget about you, die off. We saw them with 13 guns. This is so you started your own propaganda yesterday, elementary school. You go round up a few people and say we found guns with them. That's what they taught you in your own useless police academy. That's what they taught you in your own police academy. Frame some people, give them guns, and then Gambari will not send it out. And say, yeah, you can see IPOB, they're causing problem. You want to use journalists to divert our attention away from. So what you're trying to do is to say, oh, don't believe what M.N.K'S is saying, oh, because his group is a terrorist group, oh, don't believe him, oh, when he tells you that Buhari is no longer here, don't believe him. That's what I'm trying to do. Can you believe such idiocy? Godliness, truth, and honesty is what I pursue. I expel people live on air. Nobody will say they didn't hear it. I expect people live on air. If you do something wrong, I will remove you from IPOB. How many times have I expressed people live on air? How many times? How many times? That, like now, I'm warning tonight that on the 22nd of this month, a group of idiots, because they know that Biafra is almost here, idiots in Masop, they said in Delta, I don't know if they're being on them Masop, said they're going to make another declaration in Delta. And they're now telling IPOB family members to come and join them on the 22nd of this month to go and raise flag again. And I'm announcing it tonight, so the police are here. This is not an IPOB event. And I am warning that no IPOB member will attend it. That's how we are. We don't hide anything. We don't hide anything. People know that Biafra is at hand, so every idiot is jostling. Every fool is running around, making noise to be heard. But Biafra land is under one command. One supreme command, one only. Not two, not three, not four. Nobody's attending anything. Police, I'm telling you in advance. Maybe you can get some people now. You say, oh, we saw them. They're planning to overthrow the government. I'm telling you now, there's a rally plan for the 22nd. Some people said they want to declare Biafra again. Raising a flag is not us. I will only declare Biafra once. I will only raise flag once. When I declare Biafra or raise our banner, if it's battle banner and we raise it, it won't come down until the zoo comes down. Understand that very well. I need tomorrow for information. This is IPOB. You're not in our league. This Hafiz Inua, you're not in our league. Just go and sit down. If you think you can create a pathway for terrorists coming to Biafra, you are wasting your time. It will consume your head. You're a madman. When we go to court, we'll destroy all that nonsense you're talking about. Fools everywhere. Special announcement, our 1 million man march has been postponed until next year due to the impossible economic and travel conditions imposed as a result of COVID-19. The leadership of this movement worldwide, the very highest command of IPOB, have decided to shift it to June of 2021. We will storm Washington, D.C. June 2021, no longer next month. It is not feasible because of COVID-19 and all the social distancing rules and laws forbids us from gathering in such huge numbers. And as I promised you earlier, I have a number this evening. It's a WhatsApp number. +1 USA number +1 512 955 2807. I don't know if I can take some questions also from Facebook. There are too many questions. It's streaming very fast. I cannot actually see it, or should I say capture it very well. The WhatsApp, not WhatsApp only. #55 2807. If you have any question, unlike Asorok that is empty, if you have any question, you ask me, and I assure you I will be able to answer. If you have any question, you ask me, I will answer your question. Once again, the number is +1 512 955 2807 on WhatsApp. On WhatsApp. Please, on WhatsApp. On WhatsApp, please. If you have any questions, you ask. I will answer. Unlike us, I don't know why is there these days when I ask for questions, nobody asks any question. Why is that? Eh? Nobody asks any question. Huh? I want questions. I have given you a WhatsApp number +1 512 955 2807. Somebody said the zoo has fallen. Cheers or no? I want questions, please. I want questions, please. I want questions. Send me a question and I will be able to answer. Any question here? Somebody's calling. I said questions. They are now calling. Hey, these people are so terrible. I said I want questions sent in as text, not calls. Questions sent. Hey, hey, I said text messages. Oh dear me. Now it's coming. My name is Chid and I'm writing from Aba in Abia State. Please, sir, I am people shouldn't call. I'm confused and that's why I'm asking this question. What's the real duty of governor in his state? More especially the duty of the governor in Nigeria is like you have an emir. Is a replication because the constitution of Nigeria is a Janjaweed constitution. What they do is they replicate. They replicate what is happening in the emirate, where the emir is the all and all. That's why they call him an executive governor, which means you can do anything you like and you can get away with it. That's when they don't do anything. It's not to protect the people. Please, no calls. They're calling. No calls. Hey, no calls. No calls, please. I want messages only. If you have questions, you ask. Or is it the Janjaweed calling to block our lines? I don't believe this. Hey, Emmanuel, what is happening to this? People are calling. Well, don't they understand it? Don't they understand discipline? No calls, please. Do not call. Send a message. Send a message with your questions, please. My name is Ezubu Emmanuel from Osaka province of Biafra land. I live in Abuja. I'm a member of IPOB. I humbly serve as coordinator of Zone 10. Please, you want to start what? Calling for meetings of my zone this month, observing all protocol. You are allowed to do so once you observe social distance, please. You are allowed to call for meetings. We are a peaceful movement, a non-violent movement. We went to the court in Iguacha and we squashed them into the ground. We smashed them into the ground. They had no case. The police will not arraign those people that were acquitted. They won't arraign them because they were acquitted. Now, they are arraigning people that they have not even tried. That is the way they are in the zoo. I want to know somebody's writing us from Massachusetts. Kamaraba, that's why you have to go support Biafra. These people who are living in America, some of them who are in America, who don't want to come out and support what we are doing because their village haven't been attacked yet. The messages are, hey, it's too much, way too much. Hey, I can no longer. Let me see if I can take messages on Facebook. If you write your questions on Facebook, I can take it because I can't even see. They're not even allowing me to see them. It's coming thick and fast. I can't even see anything. I am reverting back to Facebook to see if anybody is brave enough to ask any questions. I'll imagine, where are you? Where are my Yoruba friends? Come and ask questions and answer you. I can't find them anymore. Nobody is asking. I said I don't want any calls. I want questions coming in as text messages. Oh my goodness me. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. This is way too much. Way too much. Let me say my name is, where is IPOB members? IPOB family members in Dubai. You go and join Radio Biafra London, or you go and join Radio Biafra page with over 700,000 followers on that. Then you ask your questions and somebody will be able to go and inbox Radio Biafra page. Go to Radio Biafra page and write a message on the inbox. Ask for where or who is your nearest coordinator and you will be told. I said no calls, please. No, this is unbelievable. Everywhere is filled up with messages. I can't even get off this very screen I'm on. Hey! I love the enthusiasm anyway. Oh my word, they're just too much. Let me see who else is. Oketuku from Liberia, what did you say? The volunteers are at risk. Oketuku, where are you? You said the volunteers are at risk. They don't have any protection. What protection are you talking about? You want us to give them AK-47 so they can say we are terrorists? No, of course not. We are not terrorists. And we are not giving anybody arms now. No, the time hasn't come. The Fulanis will give us a reason to do that. They will launch an attack and then you're justified in whatever thing that you do. But for now, we wait. We wait. They say our actions may trigger retaliation. Okoronko John, your actions may trigger retaliation from northern youths. Then we wait for what, see what the northern youths will do. So because of that, because of people living in the north, our land, we should surrender it? I don't think so. Unless you don't think so. When Fulani attack Biafra land, who are we going to hold responsible? Tochukwu Njoku from Washington, D.C. Who are we going to hold accountable? We hold the governor accountable. Any state where there's an attack, we would hold that governor accountable because they allowed them to come in. They allowed them to come in. Any more questions? How do we approach our defense line? Join the nearest IPOB family. There are some things we cannot disclose live on air, but we are doing everything we can to make sure that our land is secured. This is from Vancouver in Canada. He's Kingsley. Is it coming this year? I believe so. It's coming this year. The zoo has fallen. The zoo has fallen. So I see no reason why Biafra shouldn't come this year. Why shouldn't it come? It's only if we are lazy. If we do what we're supposed to do, it will come this year. Because the zoo has fallen. Elohim, what we are doing now is marching around the wall of Jericho 7 times. People will say, oh, can you hear what M.N.K.'s is saying? He said, I said yes. They keep asking me, what is your strategy? What is your blueprint? My blueprint is to go for the jugular, to go for the neck in Aso Rock and break their neck. And we have broken it. We have broken their neck. So what else do you want? After COVID-19, all we now need to do is to establish that the people running the government of Nigeria have been lying to the whole world. That's all. The messages are too much. It's over 100,000 messages already. I'm not even sure that WhatsApp can cope anymore. They'll start panicking. They will start panicking. WhatsApp number, please. I have given you the WhatsApp number to send the messages, but it's just way too much. Way too much calls and wait. I said questions. Anyway, I think I'll list them down and I'll answer them on Sunday. Because we are back live again on Sunday. Facebook will do what they do always. Once we are over 10,000, they start removing people until they cut it off. Once they remove you and you keep joining back again, they cut everything off. And then they peg us around 8.4 thousand. That's what they do. Is he going to details? Do they think if they let only be one person, I will broadcast. They think if they do this, I'll become demoralized. I will pack up and we'll give in. We are IPOB. We never ever give in. We got people who were in jail for 3 years, released a few days ago. We did it by dismantling the fraudulent judicial system in the zoo with superior argument, that's all. We are law-abiding people. My name is Kachi, mayor from Malaysia. The World Bank accept your letter that the zoo, that they shouldn't give money to the zoo. They received it. But we are going to wait and see if the zoo will receive any money from World Bank or not. But we know that IMF gave them money in the hope that oil prices will climb again so they will pay back. You know, one thing the world doesn't like is destabilization. They don't want it. They feel that the zoo called Nigeria is very big. So breaking up of Nigeria will mean regional destabilization. But I said to them, Soviet Union broke up. The world did not come to an end. So too can the zoo. The zoo will break up and nothing will happen. This is Arinze Chukunonso. How will you join the family? Just ask your next door neighbor and they will tell you where IPOB is meeting. Everybody should just... Chukuma is from Brazil. Our next action to achieve Biafra is to expose that the Nigerian government have been lying for nearly 4 years. It's very simple and neat. To people who don't know, they may not see it as anything. That's all. Because no government in the world can condone this level of fraud. It's very neat and simple. We let the world, that is why we must continue to bombard us or rock, bombard, and let the world know it's empty. Once the world assimilates it, is over now for the zoo. Who's going to support Nigeria to be one after that? Nobody. Elohim has done it for us. The zoo has fallen. It is empty. Absolutely empty. Absolutely empty. From Brazil, who else is asking? Obasanjo killed. I didn't quite understand what he means. Northern meetings is not coming up anymore since you changed the leadership. The North is coming up. I thought I've announced the leadership in the North. I thought I announced it. I've announced the leadership in the North, haven't I? I have. This is for IPOB Hardcore, this session. This is where we interact. I thank all of you for joining this very evening, but we are continuing, trying as much as we can to be as interactive as we can be. I said, don't call. Hey, Miss UG. Black. Do not call. Send a text message. But they won't hear. They are calling. They are calling. They are calling. Northern meetings, I will find out why it's no longer happening. From Germany, my question, what function of Biafra senators and House of Representatives? It is entirely up to them. Mind you, before you become a senator or a House of Reps member from Biafra land in the zoo, they convert you. You go to the north with a spare boxer shorts. After they must have finished wrestling you in the north, in Katsina, they pass you to Sokoto. After Sokoto, they take you to Meduguri. By the time you come back, your wife will be calling you darling. You'll be telling her you want to go and sleep because they have made use of you. That's what's happening in the zoo. 1 million March is 2021. If a new government comes in Washington, it doesn't matter. Trump will never lose. Elohim is in charge. Trump will not lose. We will still march. No matter who, now, America is a democracy. How are they going to stop us? They cannot stop us. They cannot. People are still calling. I said no calls, please. Only messages. If I try to get a message, somebody will call. Let me try and see who we can. Oh, they're still calling. They are still calling. Some even on video calls. I want to see. Somebody is calling from Romania. Free man, why are you not part of the family in Romania? We have IPOB family in Romania. Somebody is asking, how do I join the family in Romania? We are in Gabon. People are in Gabon. We have families in Gabon. We are all over the world in more than 100 countries and territories. We are IPOB, the largest freedom fighting movement anywhere on this very earth. That is why our enemies are afraid of us. Those who should be close to us are envious of us. They think it is M.N.K'S and a few people doing it. No. I only lead IPOB. Elohim in heaven is the one doing it, not me. God in heaven is the one piloting IPOB. I'm only a mere mortal putting up a presence. Elohim is completely and totally in charge. Chukwu Okike Abiama is in total and absolute control. How do we defend the Iguano? Because we understand they have a settlement at Ariam, which is the boundary town. We are doing something about it. I will not tell you on air. But what happened in Akwana will also happen over there. There will be no Fulani camps. If they want to live in our land, they should come to the cities and live. Rent houses like everybody else and live there. Sell their nama and go back, or do whatever thing that they wish to do. But telling me that they're going to live in the forest, and that is rubbish. They cannot live in our forest. It is impossible. Absolutely impossible. Igwe is listening from Owerri. Can you show us pictures of Jubril of Sudan? Can you show us pictures of Jubril inside Sudan? Hey, what a question. Can you show us the picture of Jubril inside Sudan? Can you show me a picture of your grandfather? I don't know how stupid some people can be. Can you show us a picture of Jubril inside Sudan? Did I tell you Jubril is in Sudan? Hey, black people, this UG. But we must move on. No wonder they go to Cambridge, Oxford, Princeton. They come out on a certificate, they know nothing. Ejikewo Lisa is in India. Have you postponed? Yes, we have postponed the 1 million march. Ejikewo Lisa is in India. And we have a family in India. We have IPOB families in India. Somebody is Atari Munhande. He's saying, Mazen Namdekano, why don't you hold the governor's hand? We are holding them accountable. If you listen to us every day, we hold them accountable. We hold them accountable on a daily basis more than any other people. At the time, they thought we were going to kill them, but that's a lie. We're not going to touch anybody. Well, Biafra will come, and we'll see what shall become of them. Let the people decide. Abaribe is there doing a very good job. Everybody loves Abaribe because he's doing a good job. He's fearless. We love fearless people. We love them. What are we? Who is asking? Hobson, Mark Hobson. What are we going to do to stop the arrest of our brothers in Delta State? We are taking the police commissioner to their own court as well. We are filing papers tomorrow to restrain the police commissioner from harassing our people any further. We are going to launch our counter-offensive tomorrow against them. Against them. Everybody, Chinedu, Victor, Jumbo, everybody responsible for the recruitment of Jubril will go to jail, including Aisha Buhari. I've said it before. We will not stop until they go to jail. They want to pretend that they've not heard it. That's how they behave. We've not heard it. It's not possible. We have all the evidence. As soon as coronavirus is over, we tender the evidence before the world, and we know they will collapse. They are gone. They will collapse. Let us try and see what somebody called Professor is saying, Professor Franklin. I'm of the opinion that oral history should be taught in all Radio Biafra platforms. I agree with you as well. He said, why didn't you talk about police probing e-money? I didn't talk about police probing e-money because it is not a news. It is a distraction. They bring us all these stupid news. E-money, e-cash, M.N.K'S, dollar, all this stupid news. To take your mind away from focusing your firepower on Asrock. They know that once they distract you, you can no longer bombard them. Where is Osibanjo? Bring out who is there to address us. That's all, and the zoo is gone. Don't fall for the bait. They will bet you to divert attention. No, we are an asshole. That is why I didn't discuss the e-money issue. I didn't discuss it. No. People don't want me to read from the text. It is bombardment after bombardment. Julius Isu, Ndokwa, where do you live? What's the plan? Ndokwa is part of us. Ndokwa is part of us. Ndokwa West is part of Biafra land. What's the plan? Because I'm a believer. The plan is, let me make it very clear again. They're asking, it will be published very, very soon. I want to make it very clear. Biafra is going to be a confederation. A confederation. The Igbo nation will stand on their own inside Biafra. Efik will stand on their own. If they want to join with the BBO, that's entirely up to them. They vote for it. Everybody will stand on their own. Isoko, it doesn't matter how small you are going to stand on your own, with your own flag. Biafra will be a confederation. Not like Nigeria, no. Nigeria is not even a federation, it's a fake union. A fake unitary system. A militaristic unitary system. In Biafra land, everybody will be on their own. The Igbo nation will have their own parliament. The BBO nation will have their own parliament. If will have their own, we are going to have a common defense policy. So if you attack any part of Biafra land, you're attacking a lot of Biafra land, you have NATO. We are going to have a common standardized system to measure the quality of our education. And we are going to have a common foreign policy. So the rest you do, every resource in your land belongs to that very people. Nobody has access to it. If anybody wants to be on their own, they can be on their own. Anybody, if you want to stand alone, you be on your own. After all, we get the world autonomous community. I'm sure maybe even before this night, 10 more autonomous communities will be created in Biafra land, the Igbo land especially. So being on our own is not a new thing to us. Everybody in Biafra land will be on their own. Oh, I don't want to hear all this nonsense about anybody dominating anybody. No, that's rubbish. Never. Everybody will be on their own with their own constitution to run their own in their own language. In Igbo, in the Biafra, in the Igbo parliament within Biafra, Igbo language will be the language of government. In Ibibio and Efik, the local language will be the language of government. In Isoko language will be the language of government. In Urobo, the same. In Ishekiri, the same. If Bini Edo wants to be part of us, Bini will become what Monaco is in France. Bini will become a principality because I love their tradition and I don't want them to jettison their age-long reverence for their monarch, the Oba of Benin. So the Oba of Benin will appoint his own minister to run Benin on their own. but they can also be part of Biafra should they wish to do so. So it is not by compulsion, not at all. If you wish to be part of Biafra, you belong. Any day you don't want to be a part of Biafra, say for instance, Idoma wakes up one morning and says, we don't want to be part of Biafra anymore. Bye-bye, go. No problem. That's what's going to be in Biafra land. A model system that will astound the whole world. A model system that will astound the whole of humanity. That's exactly what we are going to do. And we are going to win that very battle. Julius, you see, is from North. I think I've answered your question. Let us see. Vision Okaga is from the southeast. Biafrans, Igbos in Kogi are coming with us. Idoma and Igede, they are also coming with us, unless they don't want to come. But every Igbo speaking people, not Igbo speaking, every Igbo people will be part of Biafra. If Anyama wants to have a separate parliament, I'm more than free to do so. But we are going. We are going. I want to see what else is here. What else is here? I want to see. Somebody's from Botswana. I don't know if you have a family in Botswana. Tony Nyebuchi, you must start a family in Botswana. I think we have one in Botswana. You must join the family in Botswana. Who else is on the messages are too plentiful, too plentiful. You don't have a question. You are satisfied with my lectures. Thank you very much. Vitus Okoro, thank you very, very much. Thank you very much. Who else is here? Somebody is saying my name is John Paul. Then what is your... I'm telling you how the provinces will be in Biafra land. In Biafra land, we are going to go by clan. Nationality by nationality. Clan by clan. No more division. No more. I repeat, everybody will be on their own. If Anang wants to be with the BPO, fine. If Anang wants to have their own separate parliament, also fine. After all, Liechtenstein is only a country of, is it 500,000 people? But they are a country. And we must respect the wishes of people. If Isoko will be free, of course. Europa will be free. What I mean by free is that they will have their own parliament and their own government. That is exactly what we are going to do. Everybody will be free. Everybody will be free in Biafra land to pursue their dreams as they see fit. But what we're not going to have is all these stupid subdivisions we're going to have. Somebody will come and tell me, the Arondizwog nation. Arondizwog is not a nation. Izwog is a clan in Biafra land. Not a nation. The nation is Igbo nation. Igbo is a nation. Then you have clans within, as they have in Scotland. Scotland is a nation, but they have clans in Scotland. Till tomorrow morning. Very important that we don't mix things up. Now somebody come and tell me, oh, I'm from Ibeku nation. Ibeku is not a nation. I'm from Ibeku. It's not a nation. Ibeku is a clan. It's not a nation. So every nation will stand on their own. Every nation in Biafra land will stand on. Not somebody telling me the oil in Egbema belongs to a Jagan. No. No. The oil in Egbema will belong to Egbema people. The oil in Okwa belongs to Okwa people. So whatever you find under the land belongs to that very province you identify with. I believe that some of you writing or sending messages on WhatsApp, I will have to personally respond to each and every one of you. And once again, this very evening, I believe that we have set the zoo on fire. They think we're going to, oh, Igbo will dominate you. Igbo will dominate you. That is rubbish. We are going to have a system of government that will marvel the whole world. The whole world will be shocked. Everybody will be on their own. If Ikwere wants to be a part of Igbo, they will be. Ikwere wants to be on their own as a separate nation. Fine and good, let them be on their own as a separate nation. That is the whole idea. Freedom. Not just to talk about freedom. I mean freedom for every freedom to the grassroots, freedom everywhere. That's what we're looking for. not the zoo, Janjaweed everywhere. You have a police commissioner from Niger Republic in Asaba giving us grief in Asaba. From Niger. He's from Niger. Hafiz. From Niger Republic. They recruited him, brought him to Delta State to be disturbing us. No. If you're in Igbo land, you stay in Igbo land and serve them. Only if they pay you big money from outside. But I will be in Igbo land, in Biafra as a Biafran citizen. I will advise the government, because I won't be there to head any government. I will advise them. If we see an Ishekiri man or woman who is very brilliant, I will tell them to go and poach him or her. Pay them big money to come and grow the economy. And vice versa. That's how things work. So you've not seen the chairman of Nissan. He's from India. You've not heard that the chairman of Uber is from maybe Hungary or whatever. We go for the best. In Biafra land, we shall go for the best. Yes, I know. Chukuma, Regina, and M.N.K'S is asking, if the Christians in the army are to resign, how will they feed their family? But I'm sure that when their families are killed, they will find the money to buy a coffin. If they come out of the army today, Biafra will come sooner than we expect, and then they can begin to get paid. And on that note, this very evening, I thank all of you for listening, for participating, each and every one of you. And I think maybe the program on Sunday will be led by the listenership. I will get a whole lot more lines, basically, that people can send in messages. You will lead our program on Sunday. I'll be back live again 7 p.m. on Sunday. And as always, and without hesitation, I proudly proclaim that Biafra is a religion. Here on Radio Biafra is where we worship, because Elohim